All right. So Hare Krishna. Welcome to our weekly discussion with Dr. Parikshit on diet. Okay. So that okay. So I hope that the last week class when Dr. Parikshit was sharing about this the horrifying fact of meat eating, I hope it has impacted you and also given you some kind of awareness, okay, about this. And today, so today's topic we're going to discuss. But before that, for those newcomers today, I would like to introduce the speaker for the day. The speaker for the day is none other than Dr. Parikshit, or in other words, also known as His Grace Vira Parikshit Das from Kuching. All right, his native place is Ampang, Selangor, and he's a medical practitioner. He's a doctor with the government with KKM, currently attached to Kuching. All right, he's working in Kuching, and he's a real specialist when it comes to diet. All right, he's good in diet, and he gives a lot of awareness the food that we should take. Okay, like last week our topic was very sensation. The diet that kill you, or the diet that liberates you. All right, it was such a fantastic session, and out of his what they call popular demand. All right, many people came, call me, text me, share their gratitude for organizing such a wonderful program. So again, our good fortune that Dr. Parikshit again have agreed to work with us to deliver a class today. So today the topic will be so prasadam as it is. So there is many devotees who are aspiring devotees who are wondering what is prasadam is all about. As far as we know, technically, as a majority of you are like South Indians. So when we talk about prasadam means, we always think about sundal, all right, pulisor, pongasor, or tirtham. We call that prasadam, all right. And of course, now through this ISKCON Hare Krishna movement, we realize prasadam means feast, all right. Whatever food that we eat, all right, we offer to Krishna first, and we take it as prasadam. Prasadam means sanctified, all right. It also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, the food that we eat without of prior offering to Krishna, we are merely eating sin. All right, when we put one rice full into the mouth, we are putting our mouth full of sin into the mouth. Okay. Okay. So then there's another question is, Dr. Parikshit highlighted last week. Okay, what are the certain foods that we cannot offer? So it became a confusion, right? We cannot offer this, we cannot offer that. I mean, so what to do? Okay, what is the offer? What are the food that we can offer? So today, Dr. Parikshit is going to share his realization about prasadam, and today the title is Prasadam as it is. Prasadam as it is. Okay, he is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami. As we all know, Bhakti Vikas Swami, a very orthodox Swami, Swamiji in this ISKCON movement, very strict and wants to keep everything original. Okay, so likewise, so today Dr. Parikshit is going to share with us what is prasadam as it is. What are the food that we can offer, and what are the food that we cannot offer, and also the certain prasadam. Okay, I think remember I was talking to him. He said there's prasadam also in mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, what are the foods that we should avoid offering to Krishna, even though it is clean, but certain things that we should avoid. All right. So without further delay, I would like to take the pleasure on behalf of ISKCON Ipoh Bhakti Yoga Center to invite Dr. Parikshit to deliver his nectarian and speech. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis. Please accept my humble obeisances. So we can begin now. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Dhinamani. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nithinamani. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Dharini. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis. So thank you very much for the introduction. His Grace Padit Tharana Prabhu from Bhakti Yoga ISKCON, Bhakti Yoga Center, Ipoh. Right. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share something about Prasadam. So Prabhu have instructed me actually to give a sharing session on Prasadam as it is. So that is our title today, right? So actually, mainly this topic is very important, especially for devotees who are initiated, right? So especially what I'm going to speak today, okay, my target audience will be devotees who are already initiated, okay, who are following all the 4 regulative principles, and also devotees who are aspiring, going to take initiation, right, who are taken shelter, and also devotees who are very keen to progress in Krishna consciousness. Yeah, so this lecture will be useful for you, right? So let us begin. Okay, Prabhu, can allow the screen sharing, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, you can share, Prabhu.
Okay. I'm getting a message here, Prabhu. You cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right, I have to stop sharing. Okay. How about now, Prabhu?
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. So I've already shared my slide. Slide three-thingla, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, can be seen.
Okay. So as I said, our topic today is Prasadam as it is, right? So not Prasadam as I want. So first of all, okay, what is the meaning of Prasadam? So that we must define first. So what's the meaning of Prasadam? We all know, right? So what is Prasadam? Prasadam means mercy, right? So Krishna's mercy, that is Prasadam, right? So how to gain this mercy of Krishna? That means we need to offer to him. We need to back him, right? So in this, our context, we are going to get the mercy of Krishna by offering him foodstuffs, what he likes, right? So when we offer foodstuffs according to what Krishna like, right? So we call it bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment, right? Bhoga means enjoyment. Whose enjoyment? Krishna's enjoyment, right? So how do we know what Krishna wants? We have to see in the Bhagavad Gita, in the scriptures, Guru Sadhu Shastra. So what Krishna wants, then we offer to him. So therefore it is called bhoga. So Krishna is the enjoyer, supreme enjoyer, bhogan, right? Krishna is the bhogan, and we offer bhoga to bhogan, which is Krishna, right? So therefore, once Krishna take the offering, accepts the offering, then it becomes prasadam. So therefore, that's why we call prasadam, right? So many people think prasadam means only foodstuffs, right? But prasadam means mercy. So anything which is offered to the Lord, like flour, instant, ghee lamb, all these are also prasadam, mercy of the Lord, right? So in order to gain the mercy of the Lord, we should look into what the Lord wants. That's an important point. Not that what I want, or not that what I feel, not that, what I think. No, we have to see what Krishna wants. So that is the meaning of obtaining the mercy of the Lord. Okay. So first of all, the principle of prasadam, first of all, means we need to offer according to instruction of Krishna. Right? Guru Sadhu Shastra, what Krishna says, what Krishna asks, that we have to look into Bhagavad Gita. Right? And we have to see what Srila Prabhupada said, our Guru Acharya said. Right? So first of all, prasadam means, first of all, it might be cooked with love. Right? At least, if you're speaking about temple standard, and the prasadam must be cooked by at least an initiated devotee. Right? So that is a requirement. Right? So this is just some basic principles. So at least you must be initiated in the temple standard. But of course, anyone can offer food to Krishna with love. Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. So anyone can offer, right? So this is the point. So of course, if you like to offer Krishna something, then you have to follow his instruction also. So that is where the 4 regulative principle comes in, right? Okay, so as an introduction, right? During the early times, right? So as an introduction, during the early times, when I was practicing Krishna consciousness, right? When I was still new, right? What I think is Krishna consciousness means simply becoming vegetarian. எல்லாரும் அப்படிதான் நினைச்சோம். Krishna consciousness, no meat eating, simply becoming vegetarian, and that's all. Then we are happy, we attend our weekly program, and that's it. But actually, it is not just becoming vegetarian. Our goal is, of course, to give up meat, yes, for sure. But ultimately, we have to become prasadarian, not vegan, not vegetarian, not plant-based. Health, like so-called healthy food. No, we follow what Krishna wants. Satvika ahara, right? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you should only give me food that is satvika ahara, right? Yeah, because when we say vegetarian, it is very general, Even beer is vegetarian, isn't it? Malt, right? Even garlic and onion also vegetarian, right? So first of all, we need to understand. Prabhupada is quoting here, right? So it's a very important quote from Prabhupada, Conversation Melbourne, right? So we are negative of vegetarian and non-vegetarian. We are not vegetarian, neither non-vegetarian. We eat Krishna Prasada. So we eat Krishna Prasada. Rather Prasadarian. So we are called Prasadarian because we only eat what is the remnants of Krishna. So we are neither vegetarian or non-vegetarian because we don't eat which is not offered to Krishna. Right? So things are prepared according to the order of Krishna, and when Krishna eats, we take the remnants of foodstuff. Therefore, we do not fall in the group of vegetarian or non-vegetarian. We are transcendental, right? So this thing is very important. Okay, we are all initiated. I assume there are many initiated devotees, they are aspiring devotees, and we are all engaged in preaching, isn't it? So the important point is when we are preaching to newcomers, we should be very clear on what is our goal, right? Our goal is not just to simply give up meat eating and become vegetarian, right? We must be clear. It's good you already give up meat eating, you're progressing, you've already taken up only vegetarian food, very good. But you should also tell them that our goal is to follow Krishna's diet, Krishna's ahara, satvika ahara. That only, yes sir, then we can offer it to him, right? So therefore, Prabhupada is very clear. Prabhupada addresses us as Prasadarian. So that we must be very clear, right? And you see this very nice, Prabhupada is telling here, room conversation, prostitution of tongue. Very important, right? So Prabhupada is telling, just like a woman prostitute is not satisfied with one man, similarly, our tongue is like a prostitute. It is not satisfied with simple foods. Sometimes here, sometimes there, sometimes on the street, sometimes on the restaurant, sometimes a hotel. Regular prostitution. So this is called tongue prostitution. Is one of the quotes from Srila Prabhupada. That means we must understand what is the meaning of prasadam. Means we offer with love to Krishna. That means no eating outside, eating vegetarian shops, vegan shops, healthy shops, Saravana Bhavan, pure vegetarian, no onion, no garlic. All that is vegetarian. But the question we must ask is that offered to Krishna with love? Who prepared it? A man. We don't know whether the man who prepared it is already taken his bath. After he went to toilet, whether he taken bath, whether he have maintained proper hygiene. The most important is what is the consciousness of the person, right? We're not even sure the person is following the 4 regulative principles, isn't it? So he simply cooked for business. So when we go and take all these foodstuffs in vegetarian restaurant or vegan restaurant, then it is called prostitution. Therefore, our consciousness is contaminated, right? Because Shastra said, when you eat something, the consciousness of the person is transferred. The person who are cooking, the person who are preparing the food. So his consciousness is transferred to the food. So therefore, when you eat in all these restaurants, you'll become lusty. Your karma will increase, karma loba, right? Because they're all simply on business minded, right? So therefore, that's why Prabhupada said, we should offer to Krishna. Then it become perfect, right? So of course, I understand when we are on the very starting of our progress in Krishna consciousness, we have given up meat and now we have taken up, we have taken vegetarian. Good, that is very good. But we must not stop there. We should progress. We should give up eating outside. We should give up all these things. We should come to the level of prasadam, right? We should prepare ourselves with love. So this is the point. So especially initiated devotees, aspiring devotees, this must be very clear, right? So first of all, like anything we speak must be based on Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, right? So first of all, let's see what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, right? So you see, this is a very important shloka from Bhagavad Gita, 17.8. So Krishna, what Krishna is saying here, Ayu Sattva Balarokya Sukha Priti Vivardanaha Rasya Snigdha Stirahridya Ahara Satvika Priyaha. So Krishna is speaking about ahara. What is the meaning ahara? Ahara means food, right? So Krishna is clearly instructing us what type of food you can offer to him. In return, he will bestow his mercy, right? So you should follow this criteria, right? So prasadam as bhoga is what Krishna wants, right? Not as you want, not as you feel, not as according to your time, place and circumstances, you can adjust things. So Krishna is very clear. Krishna says, what do you give me? Satvika ahara. Abdina another food dear to those in the mood of goodness, right? Goodness. So what is the food dear to the mood of goodness? Krishna is describing very, very precisely. Krishna says, those food in the mood of goodness increases the duration of life. Ayul, right? Ayulna, our life. So when we offer such food and we honor such prasadam, our life duration will be increased. Ayu, right? Sattva balarokya. Bala means strength, balam, right? So our strength, we have strength, right? And then it purifies our existence, sattva. It purifies our existence, right? And then sukha priti vivardanaha. We become very happy. Sukha. In the Bhasa Malayu, they have word sukha. Sukha means happiness. Right? And then priti, satisfaction. All right. So this is a symptom of sattva guna food, sattva ahara, right? And Krishna is giving example of the types of food of sattva guna. What is that? Rasya. Rasya means juicy. What is juicy? Vegetable, fruit. Right? This is rasya. Snigdha. Snigdhana fatty. Milk, cheese, yogurt, buttermilk. This is all fatty. Not meat. So must be very clear. Right? Stira. Stira means enduring. Yeah. Okay. So another important point Krishna is highlighting here is Hridaya. Hridaya ahara. It is very pleasing to the heart. அப்படியே நம்ம பிரசாதத்தை ஹானர் பண்ணும் போது இஸ் பிளீசிங் டு த ஹார்ட். ஹார்ட் அட்டாக் வராது, ஸ்ட்ரோக் வராது, ஹைப்பர்லிபிடெமியா வராது. This is one point. And also it nourishes our soul, right? So therefore that is called hridaya ahara. Is that clear? So you see, it is not my ideology that only these things must be offered to Krishna, but Krishna himself is telling, right? This is the criteria. Okay, please take note of the criteria. We will continue next shloka. So if you see in this shloka, Krishna is speaking khatvamla lavanati ushna tikshna ruksha vidahinaha ahara raja sasyeshta dukkha shoka maya pradaha. So Krishna is speaking about the food in the mood of patient. Patient means, what is the meaning of patient? Patient means we stimulate your desire, which agitate your mind, which stimulate your sense. This is the meaning of patient. Rajo gunam, right? So when you take such food of Rajo gunam, it will cause what? Dukkha shokha maya pradaha. Dukkha. First, the symptom is it will cause distress. Pressure ஏறும். உண்மையா when we take food in high salt, pressure ஏறும். Very spicy, அப்படியே gastritis வந்துரும். Gaviscon குடிக்கணும். இருக்குங்களா இல்லையா? ஸோ இதுதான் கிருஷ்ணே சொல்லிட்டாரு. அதிகமா இந்த உப்பு புளிப்பு உரப்பு, all this salt, sour, spicy, you should avoid. So because it causes what? Dukkha, distress. Shokam, shoka means misery, and it causes disease. Amaya means disease. So what is the food that causes distress, misery and disease? Krishna describing kattu, bitter, amla, sour, very sour, lavana, very salty, that's a problem. Ati ushna, very hot, very spicy. Tikshna, pungent, garlic onion, pungent. Ruksha, very dry. Vidahinaha, burning. அப்படியே சாப்பிட்டோன்னா அப்படியே வயிறு அப்படியே எரியும், gastritis வரும். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் வந்து கிருஷ்ணா சேஸ் இது ஃபுட் ராஜ சஸ்யா, food in the mode of patience, you cannot take, don't offer to me, and you also cannot consume. Right? This is what Krishna says, clear, right? Next. And Krishna is continuing, and Krishna is telling here, Yat yamam gatarasam puti paryushitam chayat uchishtam api chamedyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. So what is a food who are very dear to those who are in the mood of darkness? Tamasa means darkness, tamoguna, right? So tamasa priyam, bhojana means food, bhojanam or eating, right? So the food stuffs or edible stuff which are very dear to those who are in the mood of good darkness. Darkness is what? Yatayamam. Krishna is giving the first instruction. Yatayamam. Appadina, food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten. So, right. So that means we cannot offer anything to Krishna which have been prepared more than 3 hours. Is that clear? Does that make sense? That means we should prepare fresh. We should prepare fresh, natural, right? We should prepare fresh, natural, right? That means what? Like canned item, frozen item, all these are cannot. Because Krishna says what? Anything more than 3 hours are not offerable. Very simple. Then Krishna says what? Food that is tasteless. Gatarasam, tasteless. Puti, bad smelling. And paryushitam, decomposed. This is meat, right? This is called meat. What is the meaning? Gatarasam, tasteless meat. Bad smelling meat. Paryushitam, decomposed meat. So basically egg, seafood, meat are not offerable. Prohibited. Right? An important thing Krishna is mentioning here, what? Puti. Puti means what? Please see the definition here. Puti means what? Bad smelling. Abdina another. What that means? Patai. How is patai? Is it very, very fragrant? No. Patai is smelly. So ignorant. Durian. Is durian puti? Yes. Because you cannot even take to airport, hotel, prohibited. You cannot even carry in the luggage. They'll catch you. Immigration will catch you. Even they don't like it. So how about this? Because it's very bad smelling. It is not in the mood of goodness. So therefore Krishna is very clear. Krishna says anything which is puti, bad smelling, foul smelling, you should not offer. So Krishna says here, food that is tasteless, decomposed, putrid, meat, seafood, egg, and food consisting of remnants of untouchable things is dear to those in the mood of darkness, right? So very, very important, right? So when we say food prepared more than 3 hours means you can offer. Frozen food, canned food, processed food, highly processed food, cannot offer. Right? So far good? Right? So we are seeing from the point of view of Krishna. So what to offer to him? Right? So next we move on into what does our Acharya say? Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, right? Guru, Sadhu, right? So if you see here, Prabhupada is speaking here in a letter, writing a letter, 20 November 1969. Eating program should be nutritious and simple, but not luxurious. That means chapati, dal, vegetables, some butter, some fruit and milk. That is necessary for keeping good health. But we should not indulge in sweet balls, halwa like that daily. Too much first class eating may stimulate our sex desire, especially sweet preparation. So anyway, eat Krishna Prasadam, but be careful that we may not indulge in luxury. For Krishna, we can offer the most beautiful preparation, but for Prasadam should be very simple. So very simple. Krishna, Prabhupada is telling, offer very natural stuffs, fresh stuffs, dal, vegetable, chapati, some butter, milk. Keep it simple. And don't indulge in all this lot of sweet, lot of fatty item, lot of oily deep fried item in the name of prasadam. It is not good. Prabhupada is clear here, right? Prabhupada is making instruction, right? And this is Bhagavad Gita lecture, 30 July 1973, London. Prabhupada is speaking to the white devotees, white body devotees, London, right? So you see what Prabhupada is telling. Your tongue asks you, go to restaurant, eat some nice thing. But if you are Vaishnava, if you are initiated, if you are taking shelter, aspiring, if you want to progress, you have to have this vow. What is the vow? I shall not allow my tongue to eat anything except prasadam. So Prabhupada says tongue prostitution. So yes, it's already controlled. That means a controlled sense. So Rupa Goswami says in the Nectar of Instruction, right? So first, what is the first instruction in the Nectar of Instruction? What is the first verse? To control the senses, genitals, belly. So when you control the tongue, automatically your belly is controlled, genital is controlled, everything is controlled, mind is controlled. So the key is tongue. Right? The pathway to destruction is tongue, the pathway to elevation is tongue. So use wisely. This is what Rupa Goswami says, Nectar of Instruction, the very first shloka, right? So you see what we can understand here. Bhagavad Gita lecture in London, Prabhupada is speaking to who? White devotees. And what we are telling, Prabhu, be practical la, Prabhu. Prabhu, come on la. Already vegetarian, okay la, Prabhu. You see? So you are telling, what we are telling? We are telling Prabhupada is not practical. Prabhupada is very practical. Krishna is very practical. So we should not, try to jump our Guru Sadhana Shastra. This is the most practical plan, diet plan Krishna have given. So we must not try to come out with our mental concoction, our mental speculation to think that it is okay to eat outside whenever I got no food. It is okay to eat in some vegetarian restaurant, pure vegetarian restaurant, no onion, no garlic. It is okay, Prabhu. Once in a while, Prabhu. I got, I'm working, Prabhu. I'm busy, Prabhu. I got no time to cook, Prabhu. All these things are reasons. Okay. So first of all, we must try to follow the vows. Then we are Vaishnavas. Prabhupada is telling here, right? Not is that you are trying to create your own philosophy by telling, it's okay. I'm being practical. I can eat outside, and only Saturday, Sunday I take prasadam. Sometimes I take prasadam. Sometimes I eat outside. Tongue prostitution, and then we won't progress. Because in order to progress, we have to follow the instruction of Krishna and Guru, right? So we are wondering why we are not. I'm chanting 16 round, but why? Why having so much problems? My mind is not fixed, right? This is a problem because we are not controlling our tongue, right? So very important instruction, right? So Prabhupada is giving in Srimad Bhagavatam, a householder should lead such a life that he gets full opportunity to hear and chant. He should worship the deity at home, observe festival, invites friends and give them prasada. A household should earn money for this purpose, not for sense gratification. Srimad Bhagavatam. So a grahastha devotee, why we are working? Simply to cook nice offering to Krishna, right? So there's no excuses. We give Krishna first class food and not frozen food, highly processed food, right? So we are trying to find shortcut. But what Krishna wants is simply simple food, natural food, sattvika ahara. So we are working, right? There is no problem. Right? Everyone should follow this, especially grahasthas. Prabhupada said we should invite, we should have preaching. In fact, giving prasadam is preaching, right? So the problem is when we don't prepare proper boga for Krishna, then it doesn't work. Our preaching are failing because of this. Because in the name of prasadam, so much bunch of highly processed food. And how can it change the heart? Cannot, right? So Prabhupada is very clear, right? Use your tongue for Krishna service. Don't eat anything which is not eaten by Krishna. Your tongue become your most intimate friend. Don't talk anything except Krishna. If you follow these two principles, Krishna will be within your grip, isn't it? Your tongue, take only Krishna Prasadam, only speak about Krishna. Krishna is within your grip. Srimad Bhagavatam lecture, New York. Right? So Krishna is self-sufficient. He doesn't require you offering to this food stuff, that food. But if you offer with affection and love, he accepts. And as soon as Krishna accepts, your life is sanctified immediately. Therefore, we should eat Krishna Prasada, nothing more. Not in the hotel, not in the restaurant. Simply Krishna Prasada. That will keep me purified always. Bhagavad Gita lecture, Los Angeles. Can you see how Prabhupada is instructing the white devotees? And we are having problem. And we are telling Prabhu, I am in the name of so-called practicality, so-called adjustment, so-called time, place, and circumstances. We are trying to dilute the philosophy. No. Prabhupada is speaking to the most, they're all meat eaters. They have taken up Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada is telling what? No meat eating. No eating in the hotel. No restaurant. No Saravana Bhavan. No pure vegetarian. No Chinese vegetarian. Right? Simply Krishna Prasadam. Cook yourself, offer. Right? So this is the point. Right? And you see, another important point is, Krishna is self-sufficient. Krishna doesn't need our food actually. Krishna doesn't need our offering. What Krishna needs is our bhakti. Right? And Krishna is very merciful because Krishna wants us to be healthy. Krishna wants us to be arokya, bala arokya, with full of strength to serve him. Therefore, Krishna said, if you offer only this type of food to me, you will be very healthy. No disease will touch you. This is why Krishna instructs us to take only sattvic ahara. Factually speaking, if you only take prasadam, let me tell you, nothing will touch you. No disease will touch you. Of course, when we speak about disease, there's a lot of factor. Karma is also one factor. Right? Sometimes we have disease since childhood. Like I have bronchial asthma since childhood. So that is different story. Right? People who have a disease since childhood, or people who are having disease due to our past karma, okay, no problem. But we must not worsen our karma. Okay? We must not worsen our health. By simply taking prasadam, nothing can touch you. This is the trick. Actually, Krishna is being so merciful. He's given such a formula that simply by following that, nothing can touch you. No disease can touch you. By simply following Guru Sadhun Shastra. Simple. The problem is when we dilute the philosophy, dilute the instruction of Krishna, dilute the instruction of Guru, that's where we invite disease, we invite mind agitation, we invite a lot of problem in our life. Right? So hundreds of delicacy can be prepared simply by the combination of grains, vegetables, and milk. All such preparation are in the mood of goodness and therefore may be offered to the personality of Godhead. Right? So you see how Prabhupada is, giving many, many important instruction. Right? So far, attending pujas at the house of the Hindus, there we can go on and hold our kirtan, but we should not take prasadam there. We can accept raw materials and take them to our temple, but if we should not accept any prasadam prepared by them. However, if they insist, then can take fruits and milk and offer them to Krishna. You see, even we are going to preaching to different house, even a Hindu house, right? There's no way that we can take anything. We only must take Krishna Prasadam, or at least we accept some fruits and vegetables or milk and we offer to Krishna, then take. You see, Prabhupada is that strict. Right? So actually, instead of using the word strict, Prabhupada is simply repeating what Krishna says as it is. So when we try to dilute, we have problem. Right? Koka. Okay, this is very important. I'm going to get many haters soon to say this statement, but still have to say, because it's not my statement, it is Srila Prabhupada's statement, it is Krishna's statement, right? What is this? Coca and chocolate are not to be taken as the intoxicant, right? So all this comes under the category of what? Under the mood of patient and ignorant, stimulant, addiction, right? Why we cannot give up chocolate? Addiction, right? So therefore, Prabhupada is very clear in his letter says, coca and chocolate not to be taken. Chocolate cake, chocolate bar, all these things cannot be offered, therefore we cannot take. Right? Very clear. Prabhupada is very clear. Krishna is very clear. Right? So there is no business for us to consume chocolate. Right? Right. Eating should be minimized. Too much eating leads to too much sleeping and then sex desire. So management should be done very carefully to see there's no easygoing, lazy attitude, which will end up in fall down. Even in the name of Prasadam, you are taking everything, no discrimination. Excessive is bad for you. Be careful. Right? So Prabhupada is giving very nice instruction from Ayurveda Shastra. Prabhupada is telling, take only half of what you can eat, then fill with 1/4 with water and leave 1/4 for air. This will make you healthy. Proper digestion is the key to health. So little dal, some vegetables, some chapati, like that. But try to keep health steady so that we can serve Krishna nicely, right? So Prabhupada is giving this also, right? So the Brahmana's wife cooks simple food like rice and dal and Lord Krishna, and his followers are very much pleased to accept them because they were offered in devotional love, right? You see, Krishna wants very simple food. He doesn't want very complicated food. Rice, dal, chapati, milk, buttermilk. Where is the difficulty? Right? We can see in Bhagavata 26, light of Bhagavata. Krishna, what food does Krishna take? Rice, dal, vegetable, bread means chapati. Bread, not chapati, curd, which they had brought from their home and they shared in friendly exchanges. Right? So even we see in Bhagavatam also, the stress is given. Satvika ahara. Right? So this is what we should take. Don't take, you see Prabhupada is putting, sometimes found an initiated person in the name of Prasadam eats very luxurious food stuff. That also must be very careful. Eat only what you need. Very careful. Right? So like that, you see Prabhupada is giving many instruction. You will be satisfied with simple foodstuffs. If you eat grains and vegetable and light foodstuffs, you'll never get fatty. You'll never get fatty, Prabhupada is telling. Right? And then why? You eat more, become fatty, and again pay yoga, go to gym, go to doctor, then reduce fat. It's going on. First of all, why you want to take a lot of fat? Eat simple, eat as what you need. Right? Prabhupada is telling. Right? And Prabhupada is also telling, don't eat at night. I mean, minimal eating. If you become voracious eater, you will be like two kinds of disease. Voracious eater means they will get diabetes. Prabhupada is telling. And also those who are not eating sufficiently also problem. Voracious eater also problem. Not eating properly also problem. What do you get? Tuberculosis, TB. So Prabhupada is telling. So you cannot eat more, you cannot eat less. You must eat what you require. If you eat more, you must be diseased. And if you eat less, you must be diseased. Be balanced. Very important instruction from Prabhupada. Right? So, right. So your body can be maintained very nicely if you take simple food, wheat, vegetable, rice, ghee. Right? Very simple. And you can get all these things everywhere in any part of the world. Very important point, right? Prabhu, I'm staying in Malaysia. I'm staying in Sarawak. I'm staying in Sabah. Prabhu, I'm staying in India. Any part of the world, name it. You can get vegetable, fruit. Where's the problem? Grain. Right? Krishna is very practical. What do you need? There's no one more practical than Krishna. There's no one more practical than Prabhupada. So we no need to dilute it more. That is the point, right? So one who is eating simple Krishna Prasadam and simple foodstuffs, vegetable, grains, milk, they are not allowed to eat anything and everything. You must have some discrimination, right? So like that. Prabhupada is, giving a lot of instruction. You see, I have got a practical experience. If you cook your own food, whatever it may be, it is healthy. Because when we cook, we can control what we want and we can offer to Krishna with love. And when we take it, we will never get disease. Right? You'll never get disease and you can practice Krishna consciousness perfectly. You can progress, right? So this is what Prabhupada says also, right? So like that, if you take food in the mode of goodness, the mode of goodness increases the beauty of the body. It increases your intelligence. So you can preach more. You can attract more devotees and you can gain more devotees. So this is the key. right? So what we eat is very important, right? So yes, we have seen this. Krishna explained this in Bhagavad Gita, Sattvika Ahara, same thing, repetition, right? You see, Krishna Prabhupada is stressing all these things, very important, right? So, right. So yeah, this is important. I mean to say foodstuff in the mode of goodness, very strong and pungent in animal foodstuffs. Then our mind will be more agitated, very spicy. We have especially Malaysian, right? We love nasi lemak, right? You see, we can adjust the spiciness, right? Not necessarily we need to put a lot of spices, a lot of spiciness, right? Chili padi. It's patient ignorance. So be careful. If you like to eat nasi lemak, no problem. Please do it in a proper way. Please make it sattvika ahara, right? Don't make it too oily, too spicy, too salty. That's why cooking is an art, right? It's not that simply buying all the highly processed stuff and dump it and fry it and ready as prasadam. No, it's an art. So we should learn it, right? So that is all from Srila Prabhupada, right? So that is all from Srila Prabhupada, and we have seen what Krishna said also. So can we end the lecture? Very clear, right? So Prabhupada said, Krishna said, only sattvika ahara, right? But still, it is very clear. But still, I'm willing to give you some example. What is the common food we think it is offerable, but it's actually not offerable, right? So very important, very important. I've come out with a few ingredients that cannot be offered to Krishna. And what is the basis? Krishna, Shastra is the basis, and Prabhupada is the basis. So that's how we discriminate. Okay, so let's see. Number one in the list. Any guess? Anyone like to take the guess? What is number one in the list? Okay, so let me see. This is number one in the list. Margarine, right? The food that will kill you. You will go back to Godhead soon. So margarine is the food that will kill you, right? So even you see, there's one conversation where Prabhupada said, devotees was using peanut oil. And Prabhupada said, are you going to die? You're going to die soon if you take, this low class of oils. Of course, peanut oil is actually still acceptable, but what to speak about margarine? Margarine is actually very dangerous. I will explain to you why, right? Margarine is very dangerous. If you take margarine, you will get heart problems. The fat deposition on the arteries. I'll explain to you, okay? So let's stop in the list. No margarine. It is an artificial thing, right? Margarine is nothing but cheap butter, processed. They try to do some imitation of butter in a cheaper way, right? So we look into that. Margarine. Next, Tetra Pak Santan. Santan is no issue. Santan is no issue. The issue is when you put it in a Tetra Pak and you take all these things, which is more than 3 hours, right? Tetra Pak means someone who is not a devotee have already blended the coconut and take the coconut milk and put it for you. So that is not under the category of sattvika, isn't it? Can you just imagine? Have you all blended your own santan, your own coconut, right? So when you take the coconut milk, if you just expose it outside for 2-3 hours, it becomes spoiled, But this Tetra Pak santan, you take it for you keep it for some times, also a few months, also as in a pack for years, also it's not spoiled. So it is not even sattvika, right? So we are speaking about all these Tetra Pak.
Prabhu, your line is breaking, Prabhu.
Okay, wait. Hare Krishna, is it good? Okay, Prabhu.
Clear, Prabhu, clear.
Clear. Okay, thank you. Anything, please let me know. Okay. So I'm speaking about is santan is not problem. Problem is how we obtain the santan. What is the best way? Please use your own endeavor and effort with love to blend your own klapala, right? Own coconut, right? Canned tomato, same thing. Yeah, we are trying to find all shortcut, because you see, bhakti means first of all we must have endeavor, own effort for Krishna, isn't it? We are. I mean, I don't know what to say. Why we are being lazy? Just a 5-10 minutes work instead of just getting a tomato, the canned tomato, which is already the all low class tomato that will put inside, and we don't know what is that, and highly preserved, and you're offering to Krishna. Instead of that, why not you buy tomato, you cut it and blend it? It's another extra 10 to 15 minutes work. So this is what Krishna wants. Krishna wants your effort. So don't try to find shortcut. That is dangerous, right? So I will explain all these things very clearly in why we should not take margarine and all these things. There are also many other reasons, right? That's why Krishna was very clear. Please only take satvika, frozen item, right? Highly processed, lot of MSG, right? Highly salted, more than 3 hours. Doesn't fit under the category of satvika. It is in fact tamoguna, rajoguna, right? Frozen food, anything frozen, அப்படினா என்னது mock meat, vegetarian fish, vegetarian mutton, vegetarian anything which is highly processed, highly all these frozen things. No way. Do you know how the people do mock meats? In fact, they already fry for you, add all the salt, MSG, name it. Okay, even if it's no MSG, it's already fried by someone, and it is more than 3 hours. You can keep that for years. So it doesn't fit under the category of satvika ahara. So we cannot offer this. Mushroom, blachan, so-called blachan vegetarian. Puti means smelling, false smelling. Pattai, blachan, not offerable. Mushroom, not offerable. Soy sauce, ketchup mayonnaise, ketchup masin, all these are highly processed, highly preserved. You can even keep the soy sauce for 1 year, it won't spoil, right? So this is called highly preserved, highly processed, not satvika. Supermarket chili sauce, tomato sauce. Why not just buy chili, tomato, blend it yourself, easy. Lot of dangerous stuffs inside, which will stimulate you, will cause inflammation, right? No good. White flour, very important point. Dear devotees, Prabhus and Matajis, please take this point. White flour, maida. Laila pathina tappong gandam. In fact, I will say that is the second on my list actually. After margarine, the second to kill you is margarine. Maida. I'll explain to you later why. Okay, white sugar. Sugar is no problem, is satvika, but white sugar have some problem. I will explain to you why. Okay, next in the list, mee kuning, instant mee, Maggi mee, koitiao, kolo mee, all these ramen, all these things, cordial drinks, Rebina, Sunkiss, Sunquick, carbonated drink, Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola, 100 plus, chocolate, right? Chocolate, Cadbury, chocolate cake, chocolate, what is it? All this chocolate related thing, right? Ajinomoto, MSG, right? In the name of vegetable stock, ketchup, sauce, mock meat, potato chips, all contain Ajinomoto. And Ajinomoto is highly processed glutamic acid, right? I'll explain to you why it is not good also. Supermarket ice cream, no way, prepare yourself. Food coloring, food additives, artificial flavoring, certain vegetable and fruits, durian, puti, false smelling, pattai, onion, garlic, caffeine, coffee, right? So gardenia bread, supermarket bread, Jacob biscuits, Cocoa Crunch. So all this crunch are prepared by some other person, not satvika, right? So, right. So I can see already people are commenting, right, on, what is this, Prabhu? You see,
Exactly,
Krishna's,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yes. So you see, why not? Because Krishna, he loves us very much. So he's giving us the perfect diet plan so that we can practice Krishna consciousness healthily. Let me explain what's the reason. Because Krishna is telling avoid all these things. Krishna puts these foods under the category of Raju and Tamo, right? There's a reason actually. If you even look into the scientific point of view, it caused so much of problem, So, okay, let me just, shortly explain. You see, like these 4 stuffs, white sugar, deep fry, white salt, white maida, tapong gandam, is a killer package. If you're taking this, you're going to get obesity, type 2 DM, hypertension, blood pressure, dyslipidemia, high cholesterol, and your liver will be called fatty liver, right? So first of all, margarine. Okay, dear Prabhus and Matajis, margarine. So margarine, what is margarine? Margarine is nothing but artificial butter, right? What do I mean by artificial butter is like this. You see, can you look into the ingredients of margarine? What is this? Palm oil, right? So the problem is not palm oil, but real problem is the process of hydrogenation. So let me explain to you. You see, you see, what is the natural state of palm oil? It is liquid, right? Liquid. So what happened is these people, they are trying to convert this liquid, naturally occurring liquid palm oil or vegetable oil into fat, into solid fat. Seringla, right? So what they do is they do a process called hydrogenation. You're getting it? So when you do this process called hydrogenation, also shortening, what happen is from oil, you're making it to become solid like butter. So the problem is when you do this, the byproduct is a lot of trans fat, right? So this trans fat is number one killer in cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, hyperlipidemia, inflammatory foot. Is very bad, right? So that is why we should not use margarine for baking, for anything. No way. Please put it aside. Margarine is a big no. If you want to live healthy, and if you want to offer it to Krishna, Krishna doesn't like this. It's a highly processed food, a lot of trans fat. Example of trans fat like cookies, pastries, baked, potato chips, instant noodles, frozen pizza, frozen anything frozen also trans fat, right? You see, first of all, devotees are not supposed to take all these supermarket made bread, gardenia, buns, chocolates, Jacob biscuits, high fiber biscuits, and all these things, right? That's very clear, right? It's not satvika prepared by someone. I'm also sharing extra information. This also contain trans fat, which will increase your risk of cardiovascular disease. So it's just, you see, just a short illustration. When you take trans fat, you're accumulating a lot of bad cholesterol. Low density lipoprotein will be coming to your blood vessels, and you'll accumulate fat, and you'll get heart attack soon. So no margarine, no trans fat, right? This is another journal. Trans fat may damage inner lining of blood vessels and increase the risk of certain cancer, right? You see. So yeah, if you see why we want to offer margarine. Krishna, he's a lover of butter. Krishna asks for butter, we offer margarine. This is our problem. Krishna loves milk. Makan chora, right? Krishna's another name is what? The butter thief. Butter thief. So he loves butter. Then why you want to offer margarine? So you see, this is the problem, right? So yeah, in another interesting fact, FDA has made a preliminary determination that partially hydrogenated oils are no longer safe. That means margarine, all these trans fat items are all no longer safe. FDA says this, right? So why these people like to use trans fat? The marketing company, the food industry. You know why? Because it's very easy, inexpensive to produce, very easy to use, and last long. The more trans fat, the more it can last. And you just need to fry it with deep fry oils, right? All these oils. So it is why they are like to use this, the trans fat. But it is very detrimental to health. You see, this is the ingredient, we see. What is the ingredient in the margarine? Buttercup. Buttercup is not butter. Buttercup is actually margarine. What is this ingredient, you see? All are added vitamin, right? If it is really good food, why they need to add vitamin? Do you need to add vitamin to milk? Do we need to add vitamin to apple? Why you need to add vitamin to margarine? That means it's one of the worst food. Therefore, they are putting out so many vitamin B2, B6, and BHT, all these things. And we think, oh, very nutritious. No, not nutritious, right? So what is you see, this is the nutritional information from margarine. Saturated fat per serving, 50 gram. Can you imagine that? Saturated fat is 50 gram per serving, and American Heart Association recommends only 13 gram. 15 gram, 50 gram, 13 gram. That is why I said, go back to Godhead very soon. Okay. I mean, that's why please avoid margarine. Do not give Krishna margarine. So ideally, 0 gram of trans fat per day. This is the best. Okay. So, margarine is very harmful. There are other things which are as bad as margarine, like shortening, crackers, all these crackers, cookies, chips, salad dressings, frozen food, donuts. So that is why a devotee must not consume all this. because first of all, it is not even satvika ahara, and second point is not even healthy. That's the point why Krishna says, don't take, right? So this is another extra information. Countries like Denmark, they have banned artificial trans fat. In fact, they say it saved 1,200 lives. Denmark trans fat ban, right? And ban of PHO means partially hydrogenated oil, margarine, all these trans fat, potato chips, junk food. In Singapore, they are banned, right? Even now, Thailand, they try to ban, right? So, you see, but why Malaysia? Malaysia, you see, Malaysia is green here. If you see a map here, the green means they are already banned, right? So red means they are trying to restrict. But you see Malaysia yellow. Yellow means they put labeling. That means you choose lah. You want to eat, you eat. If not, no. So they are trying to be, you choose. That's why you must choose carefully, right? So you see that countries like Denmark, Switzerland, they completely ban trans fat, right? Because they want to protect the citizen, right? Malaysia, yeah, at least they come to labeling. Labelings must. So we should choose, right? So what is the solution, dear devotees? I'm giving you solution. Solution is please use butter. Krishna loves butter, right? So what is the best butter? Any butter. I would recommend what is this? Grass-fed butter. The cow which are grass-fed. Like many brands in the market like Kerrygold, Anchor. If you see the ingredients, I can highlight to you. Can you read the ingredients there? Simple only. Pasteurized cream from cow milk, water and salt. Moon ingredients now. Only 3 ingredients. Adu pathingala evlo ingredients. So this is a problem. Yes, Krishna like ghee. Please give Krishna ghee. And also you can use others like coconut oil in certain cooking, sesame oil, right? So in fact, for temple standard of cooking, Prabhupada says strictly, you should only use ghee. This is a recommendation, right? So what we are using all palm oil. See, of course, this is the standard. Prabhupada's instruction, ghee. Right? So maybe we can start. Maybe we can start following this. I understand temple. Okay, I understand. See, devotees are giving feedback to me. Prabhu, you see, temple, we need no financial, you want to buy ghee very expensive. We understand. So that is why we need to preach, right? When we are in the name of financial problem, in the name of manpower, we are diluting the philosophy. Therefore, there are no people there. The preaching is not effective. But when we follow as it is, preaching is effective. Many people come, many donation, then the problem is solved. So the key is, the more we got no financial, the more we got no money, I'm talking about temples or anything, the more we got no manpower, the more we should follow Prabhupada. Isn't it? Not other way around. People are telling manpower. People are telling financial issue. Devotees are commenting on this. Okay, Prabhupada, he went to New York alone. Can anyone have less manpower than Srila Prabhupada? Single man, single old man. Can anyone have more financial problem than Srila Prabhupada? How many dollars he had? Yes. So yes, 40 rupees. Right? Can you see not? Purity is the force. When Prabhupada, he speak as it is, he created temples. He created congregation devotees. So where is the force? Purity is the force. And not that, Prabhu, no manpower, Prabhu, no financial, therefore I buy can, I buy frozen, I want to find shortcut. So the shortcut is, first of all, you increase the purity, more devotee come, then automatically everything will increase. The problem is we are going other way around. In the name of no manpower and no financial issue, so therefore we think that we can dilute. I mean, this is strictly speaking, based on Guru and Shastra, right? Of course, but genuinely, there are some temples really, they are doing their best. Okay, we understand that. But I'm speaking, see, generally, should be our mood, right? So this is the thing. Okay, next we move on. Okay, 7:30, 8:30. Okay, we still got a little bit of time, right? Sugar. So why sugar is satvika? Don't worry, sugar is satvika. The problem is when the sugar is refined, white sugar, right? So let me show you. Let me show you how does this white sugar, how they do this white sugar, right? So what is the where is the origin of sugar? Sugar enga irundhu vanduchu? Prabhus and Matajis, sugar cane. Sugar cane oda color enadhu? Definitely is not white. Please silence the mobile phone. Thank you. Right. So sugar cane, right? It is naturally what? Greenish color. It have some color. And what is our sugar? White. Doesn't it click something? So why it's very white? Because if we look into the flow chart of the sugar process, you see they are putting in sulfur dioxide. How many times they're adding? 2 times. Sulfur dioxide, again sulfur dioxide, double sulfur dioxide. So therefore it become white, and it's a bleaching agent. So what happened when you take bleaching agent? Your body is becoming what? Damaged. Because this bleaching agent is highly inflammatory. Inflammatory means it caused breathing problem. Your airway is becoming narrow, is swollen, red. Especially people who have asthma, bronchitis, allergic rhinitis, gastritis. Then immediately when you take these types of white sugar, it will trigger you, right? Right. So that is why please avoid highly processed sugar. Example is white sugar, right? So this is my reference, right? So we also must know, white sugar we must avoid, right? Highly recommended, but we can substitute jaggery, brown sugar, but that also must be limited. Not that that is natural, so that you can consume a lot. No, right? So what is a recommended sugar? I will say only 25 gram. WHO is giving more discount, saying 30 gram for adult man and woman, 24 gram. For children is lesser. Even for infant, no sugar, no salt. Best for small babies, 6 months, 7 months. No need to introduce all these things first. The more you delay the introduction of sugar and salt, the better for the kids, right? So I will say 25 gram, right? So 1 teaspoon is 4 gram, right? So about maybe 5 to 6 gram is the maximum we can take of teaspoon of sugar one day, right? So the point is, please eat prasadam. Don't eat all other food in the supermarket. That is the first point. And then another point is, you see, this white sugar, if you take excessively, will cause problem, because sugar is converted to fat in our body. So the excess sugar will cause what? Obesity, highly inflammatory, liver damage, risk of type 2 diabetics, converted to fat, become cholesterol. So this is problem. So please take adequate sugar, don't take extra sugar, right? So another problem here is what? High fructose corn syrup. They extract only the fructose from the corn. That is also problem. They like to use this in what? Halwa, kesari. I don't know whether anyone is using this, but I have seen people using this, devotees. They want to make it very sweet, very nice. They're putting poison, right? So it is not natural. They only extract what they want from the corn, highly processed. It is very dangerous as well, right? So please avoid all these stuffs. To Krishna, glucose syrup, all this highly processed thing. So what is the point? The point is, please avoid refined sugar because it is highly processed, but please do take what is the recommendation? Jaggery. I'll show the picture later, right? Okay, another thing is, please take jaggery or brown sugar at least. It is less processed, right? Or try to go for the organic. If you all have good financial, then we can buy the proper sugar with no bleaching agent, natural, right? So whatever it is, whatever sugar it is, natural or unnatural, please take it as required. Anything excessive is poison, problem, right? And watch out, in the name of sugar, all these are there. Fructose, gome, golden syrup, beet sugar, agave juice, all these are another name for sugar. Watch out for these ingredients. Of course, you see, devotees, we are not supposed to take all these drinks, but just to show you, all high of sugar, highly processed sugar. So be careful, right? So devotees are not supposed to drink all this carbonated drink, Coca-Cola, Red Bull, ginger beer. Oh, no, highly processed, and also it is not offered to Krishna. It's when they prepared, it's not by devotee, right? And highly sugar, and it's not sattvic. It's not good for health, not good for bala arokya, mood of passion and ignorance, right? Prabhu, I know, I buy fresh juice, la Prabhu. Some devotees tell me this, Prabhu, this is very healthy. Sanqui, any brand, so-called fresh juice, right? So let me show you, is it really fresh juice or not? Please read the ingredient. All right, it's very important thing, dear devotees. Anything you buy, please read the ingredients, right? Let me tell you one tips. In the ingredients, whatever in the first, that is the most contained in the ingredient. So like you see, this one is what? Orange, supposed to be a fresh orange juice, but what is the most inside? Gula, sugar, right? And you can see there's one more important stuffs here. Can you see this or not? Mangandongi sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a bleaching agent. So all these are hidden thing. That's why they put it very small, so that our Matajis, they cannot see. So this is the problem. So be very careful. Avoid this. This is not even fit to offer to Krishna. And you see, avoid sugar. All these things listed on the screen. Milo, no way. Milo Cocoa Crunch, high sugar, highly processed. No way to offer to Krishna. Krishna doesn't like this. Right? So watch out. Always read cereal bar, Cocoa Crunch. No way. Only take pure yogurt, natural yogurt. Don't buy the flavoring one also, if possible. You see, all things are high in sugar, right? So just for the statistic purpose, 1 in 5 will have diabetics. So now we have 40 people, 30 people in this discussion. So definitely, I can see, we can predict how many people will have diabetes. If 1 in 5, at least. Yeah. So let's say now we have 40-50 people. So 1 in 6 5 diabetes na 50 people kandipa ஒரு 10 பேருக்காச்சும் at least 10 of you must have diabetes. Not I am saying statistics. So careful, dear devotees, careful. Sugar is an excessive thing, is not good, right? It causes central obesity, tooth caries, increased risk of heart disease, liver damage. So please avoid this. So what is the solution? I'm giving you solution as well, right? So what is the solution? Please take jaggery. Indian people know this, can easily available in Indian store, right? And please take like this or this natural jaggery, right? It's very good in a adequate amount, right? And what is another thing? Yeah, this also personally I like it. It's quite good. Organic cane sugar. If you have the you're financially good, you can take this. No pesticides, no bleaching agent, no chemical. So what I'm telling is, anything also please use natural. Don't use highly processed things. Okay, whether it is natural, whether it's natural sugar or artificial sugar, please do not take excess. Okay, I understand, Prabhu. You see, I'm financially not stable. Okay, no problem. At least this white sugar you can minimize at least. Okay, in this case we can have flexibility. White sugar minimize. Try to take more natural sugar, fruits. Right? But the best is try to avoid this. Okay, for sugar. Okay, for sugar, but margarine, no way, no compromise. For sugar we can have some bending. Okay, my suggestion, right? Next, salt. Same thing with the salt. Okay, our salt is also highly processed, that's why it's very white, right? So what is the recommended nutrition intake for salt? According to our Malaysian KKM, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, you only must take 1,500 milligram of sodium. That's about 2/3 of teaspoon of salt. And even for children, lower. 2/3 of small teaspoon. அவ்வளோதான் ஒரு நாளைக்கு salt. அதுக்கு மேலே போனுச்சுன்னா பிரச்சனை, right? Okay, right. Next. So you see, I'm just giving you even salt. You remember what Krishna says? Can anyone remember what Krishna says? Anything excessive, which is salty. You see, Krishna is super, he's really caring about us. Krishna already warned us, right? He already warned us that anything too much of salty, too much of pungent, all these things will cause problem. In fact, this is the case. You see, it's toxic to all our organs, right? As this is another problem. What is this? Dear devotees, Prabhus and Matajis, please wait. If all this while you are sleeping, no problem, but now you shall awake. Right? So what is the thing here? MSG, monosodium glutamate. Why monosodium glutamate is not acceptable? First, you must know what is MSG. MSG is nothing but they extract this thing called glutamic acid. Right? So what they do is they extract glutamic acid from certain, like corn, mushroom, or certain foodstuffs, naturally occurring foodstuffs. They are only extracting the glutamic acid. Like tomato, naturally it have glutamic acid. MSG irukku. Tomato la cheese la irukku. The problem with this is they only take what they want. That is the problem. So when they take only the glutamic acid and they crystallize it and they make it as monosodium glutamate, it causes real problem, right? Real problem. So I can see the picture here. There's a two mice picture, right? ரெண்டு எலி இருக்கு. ஒரு எலி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நல்லா அப்படி இருக்கு, ஒபீஸா இருக்கு, நல்லா அப்படி இருக்கு. இன்னொரு எலி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது ரொம்ப ஸ்மாலா இருக்கு, ரைட்? ஐ மீன் சப்போஸ் டு பி எலினா அப்படி தான் இருக்கணும், ரைட்? ஸோ நீங்க பாருங்க, you see this thing, when the experiment was done, when the rat was fed with a lot of MSG food, it become obese, fatty. But then ellie with rat with normal become healthy. So actually it is, according to science, when you consume this MSG, it inhibits a hormone called leptin, right? So what is that leptin? Leptin is a hormone that instructs your body to say stop, don't eat, you're full. That is the function of leptin. But when the MSG is going in, the MSG will inhibit leptin. So therefore you can simply going in and lot of calorie, therefore you become obese. That will lead to heart problem, lot of problem, right? So yes, this is also one of the journal. They said a lot of MSG cause hepatotoxicity, renal damage and obesity. Okay, in simple, this is not fit to offer to Krishna. Please note this. Okay, of course I'm just showing you all these problems will happen when you take MSG in excess, right? Okay, so far good. Let's go next. Okay, yeah, this is another name for MSG. Dear devotees, watch out. Authorized yeast extract, glutamate, vegetable powder. Prabhu, vegetable powder very good, you know. No. Vegetable powder, soy protein, natural flavor, hydrolyzed vegetable, இதெல்லாம் வந்து MSG. Okay, so please be careful on that. Okay, and then as I said, even our most of the salt are highly processed, you know. So try to differentiate between the highly processed salt, which called table salt, and the natural salt, sea salt. Okay, table salt means it is highly processed and they added a lot of chemicals. Okay, but don't worry, the iodine is no problem. Iodine is needed. Iodine is good. I'm talking about other chemicals like potassium, sodium, dextrose, sodium bicarb, and all these things. So this is a real problem, right? So what is the suggestion? Please take proper sea salt. Please read the ingredient. Okay, I'm not promoting Himalaya salt. I'm just telling there are options here. Okay, please try to find natural sea salt. It is good, right? In a recommended amount. Don't take it excessively, right? You can see here the table salt is highly processed. It increases your BP, increase your risk of osteoporosis, increase your risk of many disease, right? Be careful. Okay, and what is a common food which is high in salt and MSG? Can anyone tell me? Yes, instant noodles, right? So can we offer Krishna instant noodles? Krishna like to eat Maggi mee. No way, right? So this fish not comes under Satvika Ahara, highly processed, more than 3 hours, lot of salt, lot of MSG. So please avoid these things, dear devotee, right? You see, Krishna is very merciful. He is giving, he is protecting us. Krishna is protecting us. The problem is we're not listening. You see, when we take all these things, what happened? You see, this is a Utusan Malaysia pepper. What they said? Instant sodium overdose. By simply taking only one packet of Maggi mee, you're already overdose of sodium. Sodium toxicity. So this is the problem, right? Not only that, it contains a lot of wax layers to make it last for years. So please avoid this. Please avoid this, right? You see, this is one of the journals studied. It says instant noodle may be associated with increased cardiometabolic risk factor among healthy college student 18 to 29 years, right? What is the meaning cardiometabolic syndrome? Cardiometabolic syndrome means what? It simply increases your chances to get diabetes, high cholesterol, high fat deposition, high blood sugar, and you have belly. What is that? Central adiposity. Now you have toppa. We call it central adiposity or central obesity, right? So now we wonder why we're not losing weight, right? because we are taking all these things in our food. I mean, I'm just giving a guess, right? Because it was in my case those days, right? So experienced, right? So next, right? So you see, next, dear devotees, do you think this is fit to offer to Krishna? Do you think it is fit? Answer me honestly. Do you think it is fit to offer to Krishna? What is this? Soya sauce, ketchup mayonnaise, ketchup masin, tomato sauce, chili sauce. All these things are made by someone, is not a devotee, and is highly processed, high in salt, high in sugar, high in MSG, right? And it will cause problem. So we should not offer this to Krishna, right? You can see by simply buying the ketchup, you put there for 6 months also, it won't it won't get spoiled, right? So dear devotees, please avoid this. Okay, next on the list. Yeah, all this comes in the list, included, all this so-called vegetarian food, sambalu dankaring, sambal balachan. Okay, please, I'm just giving a general guideline. Don't think that I'm smashing some brands. Okay, I'm not anti of such brands. Okay, I'm speaking for the purpose for the devotees to know what to eat, what not to eat. Okay, I'm not against any brands of food, or I'm not supporting any brands of Himalaya salt or what, right? So I'm just telling this very important. Okay, these are all food industries. These are there, but we should have the ability to discriminate. That's why Krishna gives us intelligence, right? So all this mushroom seasoning, no preservative, no MSG, also not fit to offering, right? What else? Yes, next in the list, dear devotees. What is this? Mi kuning, koitiao. What is the problem? You see, koitiao, before they, already puts a lot of oil and packed so that it can last for few days in the supermarket. And we don't know what oil they put. That's one problem. A lot of preservatives so that it can last longer, right? Another problem is mi kuning is what? Yellow mee, noodles. It's all high in boric acid. Although now they're banned boric acid. So I can see already Prabhu is advising the Mataji, don't cook me koitiao. Yes, Prabhu, that is good. So mi kuning, koitiao, they're high in oil and preservative, right? Why you want to damage your body? You see, boric acid is prohibited according to Food Act 1983, right? So boric acid is found in what? Yellow noodle, koitiao, laksa, losi fan, wonton, hokkien, bihun, mee kolo, bakchang, name it. Everything is high in boric acid. Be careful, right? So boric acid is dangerous to your health. What is the solution? I won't recommend any noodles, but since if you really cannot give up noodles, please try to look the one very natural, only meat from like organic, like brown rice, like wheat, full wheat, whole wheat, something like that, it can be taken. Okay, right? So next, this is very important, dear devotees. Maida. Okay, so please stay awake. It's very important. Maida. Okay, maida na ennan pathina. What is maida? Maida is nothing but tappongandum. Roti canai na we use roti canai, donut. It's called tappongandum, right? So what is this tappongandum actually? What is the origin of this tappongandum? The origin of this tappongandum is actually coming from a very nice ingredient which is called wheat grain. So this wheat grain is sattvika, no doubt. The problem is, let us see how this maida is produced. Okay, first let us know the structure of wheat grain, anatomy. So wheat grain can be divided into 3 layers. Okay, the outer layer is called the bran. It is most nutritious, a lot of fiber, right? And the next layer, middle layer, is germ. It contains also a lot of minerals and fiber. And the next layer is endosperm. It's a lot of carbohydrate and starch, no vitamin, no fiber. சரிங்களா? Right? இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, what we are doing is, in the process of maida, these people, they remove these 2 layers. What layer? Bran and germ. The most important layer, which have vitamin and fiber, they remove and throw. That is why it's called refined. The process of refination. Refined means they throw all these two part, remove all these two part, and they only take the endosperm. And at the end, it become what? Tepung gandum, very white. You know why it is white? Because they add a very dangerous substance, a bleaching agent. Huh? Right? So we will look into that. What is that agent? Right? So far clear? Right? So the problem is what? Because when we manipulate the nice natural wheat grain, and we only take the endosperm. But the next question is, Prabhu, why they are doing this? You know why? So that our bun can be fluffy and soft gluten. Because by simply using only endosperm, there'll be a lot of gluten which can cause the softness and fluffiness of the bun or the roti canai or whatever it is, right? So let's see. So that's why, what is the best, dear devotees? You want to eat, you want to do anything from from tepung, please use whole wheat. Whole wheat na another atta maavu. What is whole wheat? Atta maavu. That is good because it contains all the fiber, vitamin, mineral, right? You can use that for bread, for anything, for for instead of this maida, tepung gandum, right? Tepung gandum are highly full of chemicals. Okay, very important point. So what is this point here? Again, rat. Right? See, everywhere the rat is the mangsa. Okay, rat is the victim. Okay, okay, dear devotees, Prabhus and Matajis, you see this election. These things are mixed into our wheat, tepung gandum. The reason is because it is a bleaching agent. It removes, it makes it white, it removes all other parts, and it makes the refination process easier, and also it make it a nice smoothy texture and white color. Okay, so this is the function of election. Okay, do you know what is election? First of all, election means, let me explain to you, listen carefully, very important point. Election means, okay, it is used to test, okay, how do I put it? Okay, like this. Okay, do you know anti-diabetic drugs? Anti-diabetic drugs like metformin, people who have diabetes, they are taking what? Metformin, glycoside, all these drugs, right? So how do we produce all these drugs initially? We have to test on animal. So we will test on rat, right? Whether this anti-diabetic drug is effective or not effective. Correct or not? Yes. So first of all, we test on the rat. Okay. But the next question is, in order to test the anti-diabetic drug, the rat must have diabetes. Right? Does rat have diabetes? No. Krishna's creation is perfect. Rat doesn't have heart attack or diabetes. Okay? Because the rat follows the dharma, they eat what they're supposed to eat. Therefore, rat is healthy. The problem with the human being, they bring the healthy rat and they induce diabetes. They cause the rat to become a diabetic patient. And what they do, they inject Alaxon. So when they inject Alaxon, what happened? They become insulin resistant and it become diabetic. So the exact Alaxon drug is mixed unto this maida, tepung gandum, right? So devotees, please avoid this. Okay, I'm giving you proof. This is from the International Journal of Clinical and Experimental Physiology, right? A very nice research that's done from India. Influence of wheat, maida, and millets on diabetic mellitus. So you see what they say here. Alaxon is present in refined flour, and this can increase the onset of diabetic mellitus as it destroy insulin-producing basal cell of the pancreas. Right. So please be careful. Don't take maida. Don't use maida to do donut, roti canai. No. Okay. By taking these, you're increasing your mortality rate. Okay. There are many other reference I can show you. Most dangerous as diabetic causing chemical used for processing. Article from Pushkar of Mumbai. Right. So actually, these people, they use this chemical known as benzyl peroxide. If any one of you from medical background, you know what is benzyl peroxide. It is a cream used for acne vulgaris. Pimples பாய்ப்பாங்க. டாக்டர் என்ன கொடுப்பாங்க, the cream வச்சு pimples போட்டா நாளைக்கு அந்த pimples அப்படி bleach ஆயிரும். So the exact ingredient benzyl peroxide is used in this maida. So when they use this, the flour becomes soft, fluffy. The byproduct is become Alaxon, and this Alaxon chemical cause problem, right? So that's why be careful, dear devotees. Be careful, right? So the conclusion is whole wheat is good. What is the solution? Atta mavu, whole wheat, high in vitamin, high in fiber, stabilized glucose, and don't take maida, right? Maida will kill you. Okay. So this is the conclusion. All right, let's go. Okay. So side effect of maida, yeah, we already spoken. Right? Please don't take maida. It's all damage to your body, right? What is the food? Examples of maida: donut, all these naan, roti canai, all these noodles from tepung gandum, white bread, all tepung gandum, right? Please avoid. Suppose devotee, they're not even allowed to take all these things which was done by karmi, which is done by non-devotee. So there's no business of taking all these things from outside. Even bread, no way. Make your own bread. Use whole wheat. Make your own donut. Use proper whole wheat, right? We have tried. Actually, I asked my wife to do this whole wheat from donut. Even when Mataji from Kuching also did whole wheat donut. Was not bad. So yes, because the key is we want what Krishna like, not what we like. Okay. So yes, dear devotees, this is the example of Tapung Gandam which contain benzyl peroxide. Can you see that? I've highlighted in the marker cursor, right? You see, they put in a very small wording, so that we cannot read, so that we can buy. So watch out for all these things: chemical agent, bleaching agent. So example, like I say, roti canai, bun, all these things. Avoid. Don't use maida to do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm giving a lot of evidence. You see, even the research paper from William Longwood, he says, you know what he says? Have noted that bugs avoid bleached flour because it does not have enough nutrition to keep them alive. Only humans eat it. So the point is, even the insects, பூச்சி புழு கூட சாப்பிடாத மைதாவை நம்ம மனசை மட்டும் தான் சாப்பிடுமா. Only human will take it. All the insect won't take it also because they know it is dangerous, right? Yeah, watch out for the word permitted conditioner, permitted flavoring. All this permitted is where the red flags are, right? So what is the solution? The solution is, I'm not promoting, I'm not the agent of Ashirwat, Atta Mavu, all these things, but I'm just giving you some options. Ashirwat, I mean, wheat flour, whole wheat painga. Whole wheat na the ellame irukku, right? I've explained to you just now. Whole wheat, Atta Mavu, consists of all fiber, all vitamin and mineral intact, natural. You can use all this brand, okay? And this is like, I won't recommend. It's not the highest recommendation, but still, if you cannot give up maida, then there are some other product in the market which called organic unbleached. Basically, they remove the two parts, essential parts of the wheat, but and they use that to produce maida, like what the ordinary maida. But this one they never bleach, okay? But I will recommend better use the whole wheat, right? And yeah, even like there are also some other tapung gandam which says very bigly tanpa benzyl peroxide, but it's quite doubtful, because they put their permitted conditioner. Some other things might be added to replace this benzyl peroxide. We don't know. That's why I say all these things are doubtful. So when in doubt, you better avoid. But this is at least some solution for who cannot really give up the maida, right? So the conclusion is, atta is better than maida. Please avoid maida. Not better, but best. Aida is worst, refined flour, right? So conclusion is, please reduce 3 white poison in your offering to Krishna: high sugar, highly processed sugar, highly salt intake, highly salty food, and maida. This can save your life. Okay. Another thing, important thing, what is this? Artificial coloring. Dear Prabhus and Matajis, first of all, I don't understand what is the need to use this thing. Just to look attractive or superficially, but internally is full of damage. Never use artificial coloring. This is a journal. It says it can cause what? Carcinogenic, cancer causing, right? So please don't use. It is very dangerous. Carcinogenicity, genotoxicity, and hypersensitivity. All these things are bad, right? So what is the option? Please use natural coloring from fruits, dragon fruits, beetroot, carrot, beta carotene, right? All these things can be used. If you take food, you'll have inflammation. That's why people who have asthma, when they take some food, they will get asthma attack. You know why? Because all these things are hidden there. High processed sugar, highly colored, high MSG, high salt. So be careful. Be careful. This is my reference. They said my contain some cancer causing agent. So why you want to make it so nice, but when you consume it kills you? No, please offer Krishna as it is. இந்த இந்த இது என்ன இது பேரு சுருளப்பம். ஸோ இந்த சுருளப்பத்தை வந்து கலர் போடாம சாப்பிட்டா நம்ம குறைஞ்சு போக மாட்டோம், ஆமாங்களா இல்லையா? இன்ஃபேக்ட் த பெஸ்ட், why you want to put color? Like if you really want color, at least you can put down pandan, right? Down pandan give the green color. Is one of the solution I can give, right? Please don't use artificial coloring in all this baking to Krishna cake and all these things. It's going to, Krishna doesn't like it. It's not sattvika ahara. And another thing is damage to the body. Next on the list, dear devotees, BPA. What is this BPA? A chemical associated with health problems. When you take canned food, canned tomato, canned baked bean, canned green bean, all these things are dangerous, are not offerable to Krishna. Okay, first of all, you see, I'm justifying even from the health aspect, so that you can understand Krishna is actually very merciful. He's loving us. He doesn't want us to take all these things. Therefore, he's putting instruction, don't give me this, because at the end, you're going to honor the prasadam. Krishna, he can eat anything, but Krishna is merciful. Please understand this. Don't take canned food. Please spend only 5-10 minutes extra to cut your own vegetable fresh. That is the best. Okay. Yes, there are many people who like to use this canned tomato to do sambal. Canned tomato, no way. You know what types of tomato they use in canned food? The most useless tomato, the rejected tomato, right? We should use first class ingredient to Krishna, not the rejected one, right? So there's no any excuses to use these things, right? Yes, I've spoken about, financiality and low manpower. As I said, the more we have financial problem, the more the manpower we have, the more purity we should increase, so that we can have proper devotees preaching. If you dilute, no people, forever no people. This is the point, right? So what is this bisphenol A? Yeah, I say BPA. You see, the tomato is acidic, it reacts with the tin. More chemical are released. It can cause infertility, diabetes, lot of problem, right? So please, dear devotees, try to avoid this, especially temple. You must be very careful. Don't give this tomato puri, right? Blend your own tomato, right? This is all my reference. Okay, they've done a study, 78 canned food. They found 90% of them have BPA. So why you want to take risk? When in doubt, reject. Okay. So what is the solution? Please use please give Krishna fresh vegetable and fruits. Okay, next, milk. Krishna loves milk. So, okay, let me give you what is the best milk. Okay, let me explain to you. When you speak about milk, there are two ways the milk is heated. First is we call pasteurized milk. Okay, traditionally they use pasteurized milk where it is heated for 74 degrees for 20 seconds. Okay, that's pasteurization. The problem in milk industry is usually commonly they will use this method. What method? Ultra pasteurization. UHT. Please note this point. UHT, right? Ultra heated, ultra pasteurized milk. You know why they prefer this? Because it can last longer. It heated in a higher temperature, right? So also another word to look for is homogenized. Homogenized milk. They put a very high temperature and they boil the milk. So what happens is when you do these, most of the important nutrients, vitamins are lost. Enzymes are lost. Therefore, that is the milk we are getting. That is why it can last for a very long time. Even 1 year Dutch lady or any brand of milk, you can last long if you're not opened, right? So, and another thing, please avoid low fat. Okay, milk means fat. You want to make it artificial, put in some low fat, take out some fat, it's going to cause problem. As simple as that. Okay, so what is the first recommendation? Please take pasteurized milk. Okay, that's my first recommendation. So pasteurized milk, it will usually be kept in the fridge. When you keep outside, within 2-3 hours it becomes spoiled. This is the symptom of pasteurized milk. Okay, it must be refrigerated and must be immediately used, and the expiry date is 2-3 days after open and must be refrigerated. Okay, that's the best milk, pasteurized or milk fresh from farm. Okay, if you cannot get that type of milk, then you might use the UHT milk because Krishna did milk. But you must know what is the best milk for Krishna. Okay. So you see, yes, dear devotees, people, devotees who are having children at home, newborns at home, please be careful. Watch out for fish oil in milk powder. You see, they are adding this milk oil, fish oil, because that is the source for omega 3, docosahexaonic acid, docosahexaenoic acid. So this DHA, they call it DHA, is omega 3 taken from fish oil. Right? Be careful. Okay, for our children. Okay. So what is the best, dear devotee? Fresh milk from farm. If anyone is staying near farm, get the milk, boil at home, offer to Krishna. First class. Second class, pasteurized, buy from supermarket. And if no choice, you can take full cream. Please take full cream. What to do? Anyway, we have to offer to Krishna. We have to do some sweets to Krishna. So please, but I highly recommend to take the first two. Okay. Right. So next, last but not least, our main favorite topic, mock meat. Right. Definitely, many people will be angry now. I will get many haters because of speaking on this. But yes, Srila Prabhupada says, most important like is from Guru and Krishna. That is the most important like. Right. You have to speak what as it is. Right. So next in the list is frozen food. Frozen food. Frozen food is what? Anything which is frozen, kept long, highly processed. Example, what is this? All this mock meat, vegetarian fish. You see the ingredient, a lot of highly processed things, salt, monosodium glutamate, all this seaweed, mushroom. We cannot take. We cannot offer to Krishna, right? Even mixed vegetable. Actually, you see, mixed vegetable actually is all fresh vegetable. Actually, it's no problem. But still, since someone have cut it, since some karmi have cut it, we don't want to give it to Krishna. We want our hard work, our endeavor to offer sincerely to Krishna. This is the criteria for offering food for Krishna. Right? We must use our endeavor. Right? Don't go for shortcuts. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not here to degrade any brands or what. Okay, please make this clear. I understand. Okay. These things are there, right? There are many, they say it is good and everything. Okay, right? But as a devotee, as a person who are practicing Krishna consciousness, we should follow what Krishna said. Even it is healthy, even it is the best food in the world, but if it is not in sattvika ahara, it is frozen, it is packed with high mushroom, sugar, salt, gluten, all these things, we should avoid it. The key is why no mock meat? Because it is frozen. Krishna clearly say more than 3 hours cannot offer to me. Is that clear, Mataji? So avladha point. So idella vande நம்ம பகவானுக்கு கொடுக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா mushroom இருக்கு. We cannot take mushroom. Right? All these things, some might got mushroom. Some might contain seasoning, MSG. Some might contain some other high in salt or some other ingredients. So this is the point, right? Gluten, right? They add on gluten to make it very nice, right? So all these unnatural things are added, and they're adding vitamin B, vitamin D. So these are all not offerable to Krishna, right? So even Srila Prabhupada says this. You can look this carefully. Prabhupada says here, nasty. Frozen means nasty. I never take frozen. In the beginning, I thought, oh, it is very nice. You can get fresh vegetable, but they are at all not fresh. Right? So Prabhupada say, fresh vegetable must be, but still there's some taste. But this frozen, it has no taste. Nasty. Nasty means cannot offer to Krishna. Prabhupada say no frozen. So dear devotees, do not offer Krishna frozen food. Do not give Krishna mushroom. Mushroom soup, mushroom pizza. All these things cannot be offered. You know why? The reason is because mushroom, Prabhupada says, letter to Himavati, Delhi. Because mushroom grow in filthy place, they are not offerable to Krishna. It is in Tamo Guna. According to Ayurvedic Shastra, according to Krishna, it is in Tamo Guna, right? So if you look here, Ayurveda have designated mushroom as tamasic. They do spoil easily and can be hard to digest, particularly when Agni is low. Too much of them can increase toxins in the body and blood, and they should be avoided when there's fever or infection. You see, the problem is very simple. Mushroom means, you see, it grows in a very filthy place, dirty place, dark place. So it is in the mood of darkness. So we should not offer this to Krishna. Okay. So the key point is what Krishna says, please only give me sattvic food. Don't give me rajasic or tamasic, high salt, MSG, frozen, canned. Please do not give me meetiao, koitiao, mi kuning. No. Okay. Only sattvic. Okay. So yes, this is another sensational ingredient. In ISKCON, this is a sensational ingredient. So what is this? Chocolate. Yes. This was my favorite. Okay. I used to take chocolate those days. You know. But after we have understood the message of Bhagavan, Guru and Gauranga, instruction of Srila Prabhupada, after we have taken initiation, then we should make some changes. Then we can progress. Right? So there is no chocolate. Prabhupada is very clear. No chocolate. No chocolate, no chocolate, no chocolate. Okay. So what is the solution? Carob powder. What is the solution? Carob powder you can use. I'm sorry, I think, wait, let me resume back my sharing. Right, yeah. So Prabhupada say what? This is the evidence. Okay, what is the evidence? Letter to Sura Shrestha, Los Angeles, 14 June 1972. Coca and chocolate are not to be taken as they are intoxicant. Intoxicant means addictive, stimulant, contains some caffeine. Therefore, it is under the mood of passion and ignorance. Rajoguna, Tamoguna. We should not take. Very clear instruction. As clear as sun, as clear as daytime, as crystal clear. No argument. Letter to Srashrestha, Los Angeles. And even if you look into the GBC resolution 1993, they say no caffeine, no teen, no theobromine, coca. Coca have this thing, theobromine. So no chocolate, even by GBC rules. Right? So this is the point, dear devotees. So now someone may counter argue. Prabhu, there's an instant where Srila Prabhupada, he take chocolate, Prabhu. Yes, I know this. We know this. Okay. Let me story to you. Let me tell you the story. You see, there's one instant where, there's one devotee, Srila Prabhupada sent to Switzerland. Okay, Srila Prabhupada sent devotee to Switzerland, and he was really preaching very nicely, and he made a lot of devotees, So Srila Prabhupada was very pleased. And this devotee, he had so much love on Srila Prabhupada, so much affection on Prabhupada's word, right? So what he did was, he took so much of time, effort, and energy, and he wanted to get something in return when he returned back to India to Srila Prabhupada. So what he did was, he go and buy the best chocolate. Switzerland are known for chocolate, especially the raw black chocolate, dark chocolate. So he go and buy the best chocolate for Srila Prabhupada. And then when he come back and he sees Srila Prabhupada, he was storing his all the preaching, updating his preaching programs and everything. And then he told us how he was very, with love, he bought this Switzerland chocolate to Prabhupada. So you see, Prabhupada, in a specific situation, out of so much affection to the disciple, he doesn't want to discourage a disciple. He has done so much of preaching activity. In fact, the devotee have so much of love and affection. He was so innocent. The devotee was so innocent, he doesn't know these things. So he buys some chocolate. So in that circumstances, Prabhupada immediately didn't reject it, but Prabhupada just put one in order to appreciate the love of the disciple, because he was struggling to get the best chocolate. Just Prabhupada put a pinch of it in the mouth. Okay, that is there. Right? After that, you see, you must understand what happened after that. After that, Prabhupada give a clear instruction, because they are innocent. Those days are very early days. People make mistakes. You see how Prabhupada, he says, it's okay, now you follow this, no chocolate. Right? So now, currently, we are very well informed on these things. Right? Prabhupada information is clear, no chocolate, no chocolate. Right? So there is one argument, we already refuted. Right? So you must follow what Srila Prabhupada says finally. What is the final instruction? It's very clear. Right? So another thing, devotees like to quote their Guru Maharaj. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. We are using the name of Guru Maharaj. Prabhu, my Guru Maharaj say okay. Prabhu, my Guru Maharaj say no problem. You can take chocolate. be practical. No, no, no. This is a sign of you are abusing your Guru Maharaj. You are abusing the instruction, the mercy of Guru Maharaj. Okay, he must first at least look in what instant. First of all, he must analyze. Because I have devotees are telling me, Prabhu, my Guru must allow me chocolate. You see, any Guru Maharaj, any spiritual master, they must follow Prabhupada and Shastra. That is Guru. Okay. First of all, we must not abuse Guru's mercy. Sometimes a particular Guru, they might advise a particular devotee because the devotee was so much indulged in this addiction. So therefore, they might say, okay, you take, but soon you give up. But that cannot be made as a general rule. Please understand that. Right? Just because in a specific situation, our spiritual master said so, that does not mean applicable for everyone. That must be very clear, right? Don't abuse your Guru Maharaj. Don't abuse the mercy of the Guru Maharaj. Please come back to Prabhupada. Please follow the instruction of Krishna. That's an important point in progressing in Krishna consciousness. So there's no such thing as my Guru Maharaj is merciful, he's allowing me to eat chocolate. That is bogus nonsense. Okay? Guru Maharaj, our spiritual master, all well versed, they know. The problem is us. We are misusing under their name. We are abusing. So this is aparada. So be very careful on all these things. Right? Don't use your Guru Maharaj's name and justify to eat mock meat and chocolates and eating outside. And telling my Guru Maharaj is practical. And that means you are telling Srila Prabhupada is not practical. You are telling Krishna is not practical. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, Proktavan aham avyayam. I have instructed his imperishable signs. That means the teaching of Bhagavad Gita is imperishable, eternal, ever applicable, ever practicable. And the instruction of Guru is also ever applicable and ever practicable. Right? It's because it's based on Shastra. So don't come and tell me I am being practical, my Guru Maharaj is being practical. This is all mental speculation. Because Krishna is the most practical person. And Srila Prabhupada is the most practical person. So we no need to make it somehow practical in the name of so-called practical. Right? So this is very serious. Because I have many people come and give me such arguments. So I have to stress on these things. Okay? So yes, serious business. Okay, so the conclusion, dear devotees, do not eat dead food. Please eat sattvika ahara, right? Please eat sattvika ahara. Okay, please give Krishna natural food. That is the point, right? So what is the ultimate solution? Okay, I'm going to end. Okay, I'm going to end. So I'm giving you ultimate solution. Just now, I've given you temporary solution. But the ultimate solution is Varna Ashrama Dharma. We should grow our own crops, vegetables. So we got no problem of, these GMO growth plants, these artificial things, no problem. We grow our own crops. In fact, Prabhupada said 50% of our mission is not done because Varnashrama Dharma have to be established. Farm community have to be established. This is very, very, very important, right? So especially our leaders, you see, we have our Prabhu here. Pajitarana Prabhu is very much nicely doing the preaching program, very nice, So I really hope, at least Prabhu can start this. First of all, to give only Sattvika Prasadam to Krishna, Bhoga to Krishna. Maybe Bhakti Yoga ISKCON, Ipo, Bhakti Yoga Center can start this,
Yes,
to get the example. We are giving first class food to Krishna. I mean, this will be great. This is my, my wish, right? No, so that many people can see, yeah, this is our example, ISKCON Ipo, right? So, and also we must not forget Varnashrama Dharma, right? We are all this a temporary solution I've given. This is the main solution, Varnashrama Dharma, right? So, what we are doing, right? We should think. Prabhupada wants Varnashrama Dharma. Where is our farm community? How much crops we are growing? How much cows we are, how many milks we are getting? We need to reorganize, reoptimize. We need to sit down and think, right? What is the future of ISKCON? We don't want a future of ISKCON to end up in simply vegetarianism or so-called, feeding the poor-ism, right? So we want to save ISKCON, right? The future of ISKCON lies on Varnashrama Dharma. So our youths, any youths here right now, I can see many doctors, Prabhus, who are taking initiation, who are medical professions, and there are many grahastas. We should combine. We should see what we can do. We should buy a land. We should start a Varnashrama Dharma. I am ready. Right? So this is the point. right? This is an important project. No, I'm not simply talking. This is serious business. I'm not talking for the sake of talking, but this is serious business. I've spoken with Prabhu, my Shiksha Guru, Raja Parikshit Prabhu. You have given me very nice solution. Varnashrama Dharma. He very much emphasized on this. Even he suggests we should start together. So I'm suggesting the same thing to the youths, to the grahastas. This is our future, right? So we should really think of this, right? So there are many quotes where Prabhupada says ultimate solution is Varnashrama Dharma, right? So if you do this, then we can become very successful. There's no need any other scheme, no social order, no health. By simply doing this, everything become perfect, right? So it may be ideal village for the residents will have plain living and high thinking. For plain living, we must have sufficient land for raising crops and pasturing grounds for the cows. If there's sufficient grains and production of milk, then the whole economic problem is solved. Right? You see, our problem is now we don't have fresh vegetables, we don't have farm community. Malaysia, our leaders, our temple presidents, we should come up, we should discuss. So I'm just stimulating. Of course, we are already doing a very good job, but we must not just be happy with what we are doing by only achieving the numbers, KPI. This much I've done, this much I've done. But what is the real quality? Quantity over quality. This is very important. Right? This is my opinion. Right? This is a humble request from the youth, from us, from the youth of ISKCON maybe. Right? So the future of ISKCON lies on this. Varnashrama Dharma. Simple living, high thinking. Prabhupada says that's the ultimate solution for all economical problem. Right? So therefore, the Krishna conscious movement is engaging devotees in producing their own food, living self-sufficiently, so that rascals may see how one can live very peacefully and eat the food grains one has grown oneself, drink milk and chant Hare Krishna. Prabhupada says, so that people can follow us. Right? So this is the problem. Right? So please, we should make this. First, we should begin in our family. There are many grahastas, initiated devotees. From right at this moment, we should practice Sattvika Ahara, only Sattvika to Krishna. Start from your family, start from individual. Then the temple president, the temples will take up this. This is where our standard, we follow Prabhupada's standard. Okay? That is why the title of our discussion is Prasadam as it is, not Prasadam as I wish. Right? So that is the conclusion. So thank you very much for your time, dear Prabhus and Matajis. Please accept my humble obeisances. Okay, I seek for forgiveness if there's any wrong or any offense which I may have done while I'm presenting this. But my only sincere request is just to fulfill the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Right. So this is our aim, our goal, all of us. Right. So I think we can cooperate, work together. So it's a good start. Thank you to Patitarana Prabhu. Prabhu was very merciful to allow me to present this. Right. We can see there are many things, but you see, Prabhu, ISKCON, Bhakti Yoga, Santev make the first step. I really appreciate this, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Right? So we are done with the lecture. This one is just for our reference. Okay, my wife have prepared this, Hamsarupa Devidasi. Right? So people may asking what we have to eat, right? So this is just a simple menu. You may screenshot this. They'll be in the recording, right? So we have nicely planned breakfast for their lordship, a whole one month plan for breakfast, all Sattvika Ahara, easily available in Malaysian market, right? Lunch suggestion, all these are suggestion done by Amsurupa Devidasi. Thank you very much. So yes, this you can take. Okay. So
yes, maybe you can share it with me, then I can share in the group.
Yes, can Prabhu. This is just a guide, Prabhu. They are unlimited dish we can do for Krishna using Sattvika items. And also you can YouTube, the how to use this menu is very simple. Whatever menu you read here, just Google in YouTube, the menu will be there. So you just take the Sattvika Ahara and make it a recipe and offer to Krishna and honor it happily. So this is the point. Okay. So thank you very much, Prabhus and Mataji. So, is there any question from the floor? Any question?
Yeah, actually, there is a question by Abi. Can I make chapati and stocked into freezer to be used whenever I want? Cooked whenever I want to have it. Will that be prasadam?
Okay, it's a very good question. Okay, so Okay, our guide is Shastra. So Krishna says every offering we should prepare for him fresh. Okay, so that is a first class recommendation, right? So what we do when we have to offer chapati for Krishna for dinner, example, so we immediately take the atta mavu and do the flour and offer to Krishna. The next time we need to offer chapati, we need to do again the flour. That is the best method. Okay, right? That is the best method. That should be our mood, because we are putting so much effort, love. This is called love. Love means some endeavor, right, Mataji? But Mataji, I understand in a certain circumstances when you are busy and you are working, or all this situation, sometimes, or maybe we have needed extra flour. You don't want to make it waste. No problem, Mataji. You can put it in the freezer and please use it immediately. Is that right? We can do that, but don't take it as a general rule. Okay, that is not highly recommended. Okay, so that is the point. You see, the point is, once you offer to Krishna, the whole thing become offered. You're getting the point or not? So even like next day you're going to put that, you see it's unofferable. Actually, you can just do the chapati and take, honor it. Is that clear, Maji? Actually, because once you offer, the whole flour is also offered. Whatever flour you make, if you put in the freeze, it's like a prasadam already. So next day what you need to do is just make a chapati and honor it, but don't make it as a practice. Please use fresh, do fresh. That is the best recommendation. Hope that answers the question, right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhu, can we offer honey on Ekadasi day?
Honey, no problem.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, Prabhu.
no problem. Honey, no problem, right? So it is satvikam and there's no any grain. So yes, you may offer honey, right? Any other question or any other comments? Any other review?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam.
Prabhu, உங்களோட presentation excellent
Krishna.
with the reference of all the chemical food which has been chemical composition food and given us the tips.
Yes.
ஆனா வாயை கட்டிட்டு வயிற்று கோசம் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா?
Yeah, புரியுது பிரபு. I understand because we have taking this for so long. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம்னா கொஞ்சம் மாத்தணும். அதனால தான் நான் சஜஷன் கொடுத்திருக்கேன், டயட் ரெசிபி பிளான் கொடுத்திருக்கேன். கோ த்ரூ பண்ணுங்க.
பரவாயில்லை பிரபு, அது என்னோட கேள்வி அது இல்ல. அது வந்து சும்மா சென்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஹியூமருக்கு தான் சொன்னேன். Thank you பிரபு. Actually, it's a very good information you've given us. Next time I'll be more careful on that because I love chocolate.
No problem, Prabhu. We can give it up. It's easy.
No, it's a perfect explanation, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Lucky I didn't miss the class. Prabhu, என்னோட கேள்வி வந்து food. இன்றைக்கு டாபிக்கே food தான். எங்க ஒரு இடத்துல படிச்ச ஒரு ஞாபகம் பிரபு, நம்ம ஃபுட் வந்து கிருஷ்ணாக்கு அஃபோர்ட் பண்ணதால இருந்தாலும் சரி, வீட்டுல உள்ளதாலும் சரி, அது 1 மணி நேரம் சில்லுன்னு போயிட்டாக்கா பேய் பிசாசி சாப்பிடுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதை பத்தி உங்களுக்கு தெரியுங்களா?
Okay, Prabhu. Okay. Thank you for the question, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
I will listen. Okay, thank you for the question. So, Prabhu, என்ன கேக்குறாருன்னா, when we left the food for a period of hours, does the food become contaminated? Right? அப்படின்னா some other things, subtle beings, or some other contamination, microorganism, இதுதான் கேக்குறாரு. Okay. So, that is why, Prabhu, back to our Bhagavad Gita reference, Krishna says, anything prepared more than 3 hours must not offer to Krishna. அப்படின்னா in order to offer to Krishna, we must prepare fresh. That is clear. Okay, now the next problem is, let's say we already offer to Krishna, it become prasadam. Then, can we keep it longer? The answer is yes, because it's prasadam. So we should protect it. At least please refrigerate it. Put in the freezer, fridge, right? Because if there's excess amount prasadam, it cannot be waste. We cannot waste prasadam, Prabhu. So அது 1 மணி நேரம் ஆவனாலும் 3 மணி நேரம் ஆவனாலும் அது பிரசாதம் பிரபு. பிரசாதம்னா பகவானுடைய mercy. பகவான் சாப்பிட்டாரு, அது சாப்பிடும் போது அது பியோர், அது எந்த கண்டாமினேஷனும் இல்லை. நீங்க சொல்ற பாயிண்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப நல்ல கரெக்ட். நம்ம அப்படி பகவானுக்கு ஆஃபர் பண்ணாம வச்சிருந்தோம்னா இஸ் கண்டாமினேஷன். ஆனா நம்ம கிருஷ்ணாவுக்கு ஆஃபர் பண்ணோம்னா அது பியோரா ஆச்சு, பகவானுடைய mercy ஆச்சு. ஸோ நத்திங் கேன் டச் இட், இட்ஸ் பியோர். ஸோ நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா, அது வெளியே இருந்தா கூட immediately you can eat, or if it's excess you can distribute If worse comes worse, you can feed the cows, at least if it's very long, you can feed the cows, or you can put in the fridge and use tomorrow, reheat it. But I will not suggest to always keep excess prasadam and heat it. Don't make it a habit. Please do fresh. But in a certain unavoidable situation, you can do this because prasadam cannot be wasted. Do not waste prasadam. Prasadam is pure, sanctified. Nothing can touch prasadam. This is the answer, Prabhu. Hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I would just
Thank
like
you,
to
Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Apart from wheat flour, how about the kacang kuda flour, rice flour, and suji flour? Is that okay?
Yes. Okay, Mataji. Very, very good question, actually. So, we are clear on the tapam gandam. You must only take the whole wheat, atta flour. Okay. So, the next question is, how about rice flour, kacang kuda flour, rice flour? Yes, Mataji. If it is actually coming from the mentioned ingredient, it can be taken, it can be offered, no problem, because it is satvigam. But Mataji, please always read the ingredients. Okay, sometimes all this flour, they have so much of preservatives addition. So always try to look for the best kind of flour, because we should offer the first class food to Krishna. Because the problem is our current food industry, they have a lot of things, chemicals, preservatives, added, flavoring or whatever. So that's why you always read the ingredient. If it's very clear, only the natural ingredient, then you can take it. No problem, Mataji. Thank you.
And I have another question. Let's say apart from brown bihun, how about spaghetti,
Okay.
macaroni, spirals?
Very good question. So all these things, spaghetti is made of what is it called? Durum wheat, right? Whole drum. Durum, we call it durum wheat. So yes, it can be offered to Krishna, no problem. But also please read the ingredients, because sometimes it contains eggs. Sometimes processed in the factory which process eggs, you see, it becomes contaminated. No more satvika. So always go for the better one. There's also I've seen whole wheat drum, whole grain. Whole grain. The spaghetti, spirals, all this pasta, which is whole grain, Mataji, is better, healthier option, which is satvika. Right? You can go for that. Yeah, but always read the rebel. If it is just as it is, then you can offer, no problem, Mataji.
Okay. Last one, Prabhu. What about vegan mayonnaise? Nowadays they have vegan mayonnaise,
No way.
No way.
No way. You know why? Because you see, Mataji, the vegan mayonnaise is already added a lot of emulsifier, preservative, sugar, salt, palm oil, soy sauce. I mean, the soy product, correct or not? Is already made by someone. Agree with me?
Okay.
It's follow the same category as the soya sauce, ketchup, masin. They add actually the mayonnaise is most dangerous because they add lot of types of vegetable oils, all these things, Mataji. So emulsifier, shortenings, because they want to keep it longer, Mataji. The mayonnaise, the mayonnaise, you can keep in the fridge for many months, years, right? So I mean, instead of that, Mataji, why not you do your own mayonnaise? I mean, I'm not a good cook, but I like mayonnaise. But what I'll do is, you get avocado. You cut the avocado into half. Make sure the avocado is ripened avocado. Ripened avocado is soft. You take the EC, the EC of half, and then you put in the blender. It's very simple, 5-minute recipe. Put avocado there, and then you put in some coriander leaf, Mataji. Avocado half, coriander leaf, and then put in some 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Put little bit of salt and sugar optional. You can put some sugar, right? And then little bit of 1 spoon of yogurt, natural yogurt, and then you can put that is good. And ginger, little bit of ginger. And then what do you do? And little bit of green chili if you want. You see, this all you mixed. You blend this nicely, Mataji. Trust me, it'll be nice textures mayonnaise. And it is very healthy. Avocado is high in a good fat, So it's very good, healthy, sattvic. Krishna will like it, and we also will like it. So it's fresh also. It's a 5-minute job. And also, most important, lemon. Don't forget to put lemon, little bit of half of lemon juice. So this is healthy mayonnaise. So thank you,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How about condensed milk, Prabhu?
Condensed milk is actually Yeah, my wife is giving some input. She knows this thing better. Yes.
Condensed milk again, like creamier as well.
Okay. Condensed milk, basically the milk is condensed, right? So if you ask me, why not? We can condense our own milk, right? That's the best, Mataji. First class is what you buy the milk and you condense yourself. That is best. The problem with outside the canned condensed milk is, it is not fresh. That's the problem. It's not fresh. Okay. Another thing you must be careful. Don't use creamer. Creamer is different. Creamer, if you use chai they used to make the ABC chendol. It's very diluted. That contain palm oil, lot of oils, vegetable oils, lot of highly processed substance. So we try to avoid this creamer. Okay, creamer is not offerable. And condensed milk, preferably, Mataji, please, you can boil your own milk for some time and then it become condensed milk.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Okay, Prabhu, there is some questions in the chat. Right, there's 3 questions. I'll just ask one shot. So the first question is, is there any replacement for soya sauce? Number 1.
Yeah.
Second is papadam prepared by non-devotees.
Ah.
And okay, the third question is, how about taking supplements such as Himalaya, Neem, Ashwagandha tablet for health?
Right. Okay.
Okay, and another one more question, so we can answer one shot altogether. Say like some devotees who are very busy, they are waking up early in the morning, they are preparing food, prasadam, to take to work or for the children. Can they cook the food at night, offer to Krishna, and put in the fridge? Next day morning, heat it up and take to work. So that's a question, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you very much. So, okay. So very simple. First of all, you see, the soya sauce, we must know what is the main ingredient of soya sauce. Actually, if you really want to do your own soya sauce, it takes so much of effort, so much of time. It takes 1 year. To make the soya sauce, you must leave it, put the ingredients for 1 year. Okay, Mataji or Prabhu, right? So the soya sauce in the markets, they are not actually soya sauce, but a modified sugar, salt, MSG, preservative, and little bit of some soy. Mataji. So yes, it is actually fermented for 1 year. The exact word. Thank you, Prabhu. So the exact word is, it is fermented for 1 year. That is how you can get the original Chinese soya sauce. So whatever in our market right now is not original, is all just for high sugar. So what do you do? Even I have tried to make own soya sauce using sugar. That is a recipe actually, or you can tap out in a YouTube how to make your own soya sauce. Right? It's actually a caramelization of sugar. Right? Caramelization of sugar. Right? So this is the point. You can do your own soya sauce because those soya sauce in the market are not offerable. Okay, the solution is, Mataji, try to do your own soya sauce. Trust me, it's almost there. I've tried. My wife had done the own soya sauce. It's almost 85%, 90% almost, and also fresh. Okay, but try to go for more, foods like South Indian food, North Indian food. Why you always want to take this soya sauce? Right? Try to learn new recipes, Sattvic, Vedic recipes. So that's another option. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. So there's no way we compromise on using this soya sauce because it's not good for our health. It's cannot be offered to Krishna, not Sattvic. Okay. That's first question. So what's question number 2?
Papadam.
Yes. Papadam. Very good question. Even I was thinking about this, papadam. You see, the best, I always give you the best recommendation. The best recommendation is you buy the papadam from the devotee who are doing the papadam, if there is, or you can try to do your own self papadam. That is the best thing. Otherwise, we can avoid papadam. You know why? Because the papadam in the store, it is doubtful, ambiguous. Although it is just a raw ingredient, I understand that. You see, the problem is it is 50-50. We are unsure what is the real purity, who have prepared it, whether they are a devotee or not, whether they are taking meat or not, in what states of consciousness they prepare, right? So if you really want to maintain the purity, why you want to take all this outside papadam, high in salt? In fact, for a BP patient, it's not good, right? So you try to do your own papadam if you can. Otherwise, Avoid. That's the best. Especially temple standard. You can avoid this. But I know it's very difficult. But yeah, because it's borderline, 50-50. Right? So that is the thing. But I think making papadam is not so hard also, right? Yeah, you need sunlight. Malaysia have sunlight, no problem. We can do papadam, we can try. And maybe devotee can start a business. Any devotee is business minded, papadam is much needed in market right now. Devotees, for devotees, you can do. Okay, so hope that answers the question. And question number 3, can we take supplements like Himalaya supplements like ashwagandha, triphala, neem? Okay, very good question. Yes, you may take that because it is Ayurvedic supplement, it is herbs, but watch out, read the ingredient of the capsule. If it is gelatin, don't take. Okay, don't take gelatin. Please try to get a proper authorized Ayurvedic. Himalaya is all right. As far as I'm concerned, Himalaya is not bad. Okay, and another suggestion is that if you want to consume the supplement, please remove the capsule, put it, mix it with some water and drink. Best way. So you don't unnecessarily consume the capsule if you're not bothered about taste. Okay, because the capsule is just to cover the taste, because the capsule is just some other vegetable things, right? But why you want to take unnecessary things? Indeed, you can, in fact, you can just put the powder in the water, dilute it and drink, or just put it in the mouth and drink water. That's the best way to take herbs like Ayurvedic. Must start from tongue, taste, and go inside stomach. That is recommended. Okay, so hope that answered the question. Next. Night cooking. Okay, very good question. Even I was thinking about this last time, right? When we have difficult to cook in the morning, you know. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So it is not advisable because what we are trying to do is we are trying to actually satisfy our needs, our easiness, our convenience by just doing this. But okay, no problem. If you are in a tight situation, no problem, Mataji, because you're cooking, you're offering to Krishna, you're keeping and you're taking it next day, no problem. But in future, if you have the time, please do it fresh. But in a current situation, no problem actually. You see, this is called practical. Practical. You know, this is what Srila Prabhupada said, practical. Practical means, you know, in certain situation like this, okay, you offer the food, you can put in the fridge and take next day, no problem. This is real practical. Not that you modify and delete the whole thing and call it practical. So yeah, thank you, Mataji, for the question.
No, because currently that Mataji is missing Mangalarati because cooking early in the morning.
Then okay, no problem.
So the husband suggesting her to cook at night. So next day you can still perform Mangalarati, heat up the food and go to work.
Yeah. Actually, no problem, Mataji. No problem, Prabhu. You can do that. You see, it's very good enough that she's waking up. You know, she's she want to attend the Mangalarati. So that is what we want. Sorry. Yeah. Another point. Wife says that, you know, she's not taking outside, right? She's not taking outside food, and we must really appreciate that, Mataji. You know why? Because Prabhupada said the important duty of a woman, Stree, wife, is in fact to take care of the family, husband and children. Right? Prabhupada says this, Sri Dharma, right? So even you know, at one point Prabhupada said, child worship is more important than deity worship. That means to take care of the child and bring the child into proper Krishna consciousness is more important than going to temple and leaving a child and, you know, doing service. In that situation, Prabhupada said. So the point is not I'm saying don't go to temple. Plus, please keep your child, educate your child on proper Krishna consciousness. Serve your husband, serve your children, cook delicious food to Krishna, and honor it. So no problem, Mataji. For that temporary tight situation, you can do that. That's the answer. In fact, there's a service too, right? But when we speak about Stree Dharma, there's another 1 hour, 2 hour topic, Prabhu, on Stree Dharma. Stree means woman. Dharma means woman's Dharma. There's also man's Dharma. You see? So when we are speaking only woman might think I'm attacking woman. Feminist, no. No. I mean, no, I'm attacking, not only attacking woman, but even man has own Dharma. So there's another topic. So in fact, if you see Stree Dharma, Prabhu, women are not supposed to work actually. Factually speaking. So that's a different discussion. So that's why Prabhupada said, you know, Shastra said when women never go to work, they can wake up in the morning, they can cook, they can take care of the child nicely. So the father, the husband, go work and buy whatever the wife wants. jewelries, clothes, anything. So this is what Shastra said. But of course, I understand now some Matajis, they are working, no problem. But we should look into this, right? There's a nice book, Mothers and Masters. A nice book, Mothers and Masters by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. There's a must-read book. You know, if any Matajis wish to get that book, please let me know.
Yes. Okay, there's a question by Goparaj Gopal Das Prabhu.
Yes.
You can unmute, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, pranam. Solunga.
Prabhu, I have a question, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Prabhu, we are celebrating festival.
Mhm.
But on the festival time, we are cooking very early, around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, And later on, we are offering to Krishna almost 9 or 10 o'clock, Prabhu, on the festival time, Prabhu.
Mhm.
So that means the food at 8 or 9 o'clock. So almost the food almost cooking after 3 hours ready. So how to solve this problem, Prabhu?
Yes, thank you very much, Prabhu. So this is a very, very important question, is a on the scenes question, very practical question. This is like, when devotees really want to do a function event, we can see how they want to cook for how many people, hundreds, thousands of people, right? 500 or 1,000 of people. So this is where we need more manpower. This is where we need more finance, money, right? So the thing is, you can solve this if we have better manpower and we are financially stable. We can nicely cook and settle within 3 hours and offer. Right? Actually, another solution we can do is you can because event, right, you must offer on the particular tidhi in the morning. So that's why you're not offering early. Okay? I think that's why you're not offering early. If it's possible to offer early, you can offer early. But in the case of event where you want to offer to Rama on the daytime or like that, then the first recommendation is you should try to make it the time frame within 3 hours and freshly offer to the Lord. That is the best. Okay, but of course, sometimes in these types of situation, is tight. So what we need to do is, sometimes we cannot avoid this. But as I say, the first class recommendation is we try to maintain the standard, temple standard. So that is why I said more manpower. More manpower means as it is preaching. Then we can get more manpower. The problem why we don't having manpower, why the same devotees are doing everything? Why the same mukha only in the temple? You know why? Because there are no effective preaching. People are coming and going. Quantity over quality. I mean, this is a real root cause we should address. So when we have Paka preaching, then we may gather proper manpower also in future, Prabhu, right? But now what we can do, yes, in an unavoidable situation, if it's taking some time, yes, so we can, yes, acceptable. I feel that is acceptable, you see, because we have tried our hard to maintain the time frame, but exceeded few hours. Krishna will understand it. In that way, it is okay. But not in the intention that I want to cook early night so that I want to very relax on the morning. That is not the intention. Right? So ultimately the solution to this problem is, Prabhu, preaching. Youths must come. Right? That's Prabhu. Preaching na parchana pa. Number preaching Prabhupada Mari, as it is number personona, and then youths will come. We are thinking the youths are not interested, right? We are thinking these people only like this mock meat. That's why we're going to give this mock meat. No. In fact, if you really preach as it is, they will come. That is the thing. You see, Srila Prabhupada, he went to New York. He preached as it is. He never said frozen. He never said it's okay to take McDonald's fries. He never said it's okay to eat restaurant. And he established many temples. So the key point is purity is the force. Right? So I hope that answers your question, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, we just take another last question. Then after that, we wind up because it's already 9:50. I think today the topic is so sensation. Everybody is so excited. Okay, there's a question. There's two questions. One Mataji is asking, how about green tea? Can we take green tea? And another one is another question is, which is also it was running in my mind. How about tofu, tempeh, pickles, and soya chunk? Okay, like a meal maker. So after this, we okay. That's the question, Prabhu.
Wow. Okay. Brahmastra question. Brahmastra question. Okay. Very important question. Challenging question. Okay. So first is how about taking green tea? Very simple, Mataji. If that green tea got no caffeine added, or there's no any other caffeine in the particular green tea or leaf, whatever it is, is no caffeine, and it may be taken. Okay, no problem, right? Because green tea is actually some leaves, some green leaves, I believe, right? You have to check on that. The key point is the ingredients. If the green tea got no caffeine, it may be taken, no issues. Okay. So, and number two, how about tofu, tempeh, right? Very good question. Pickles.
Pulka.
Okay, next pickles.
And
Okay.
meal maker.
Okay,
Soy chunk.
pickles. Let me start on pickles. You see, buying outside pickles is a big no, because outside pickle are made by someone, a Karmi, a non-devotee, and most of the pickle they put onion garlic. Some pickle might be free from onion garlic, but still the oil they use, the ingredient they use is questionable, borderline. So in the case of doubt, we reject, because pickle is quite a tedious process. You need to preserve it, you need to put in a container. All these things we don't know how they are doing, right? And what ingredients they are using exactly. Is it the first class ingredients or the cheap ingredients? We don't know, because ultimately it's pickle. You're just going to eat a side dish, so they won't be confident about the quality. So the best thing is you should do your own pickle, right? You should do your own pickle. That is the best thing. Okay, so that pickle question is settled. The next question is, what is the next question?
Tofu and tempeh.
Tofu and tempeh. So tofu and tempeh. So you see, tofu is the case of tofu is the same thing. Some people are doing the tofu. Actually, to make tofu is very simple. It's not so hard. I have tried it. So you just buy a fresh soya bean. I know you know the recipe, right? Maybe you can Google the recipe also. Very easy. Fresh soya bean wangite, you can just make it as milk. Soaked it. You must soak it overnight. There's some process. Okay. So you can follow the process to make tofu. That is the best. Instead of you buying outside, the problem is, tofu also sometimes they add this chemical, calcium gluconate, certain preservative to maintain the consistency of the tofu, to maintain the to make the tofu last long in the supermarket. So why you want to take a risk? That's another point, right? So why not you just do your own tofu? Okay, so that is the point. Yes. And tempeh, you see, tempeh is fermentation. So basically you're fermenting the soy. Basically you're putting the soy in the plastic and you're letting it go for a few days, right? So what happens is, when you make it fermentation, it gives us a smell. Okay, so that's why you see Krishna says anything which is foul smelling we must not take. So if you ask me, tofu is okay, but when the soya become tempeh, become fermented, then I will say better we don't consume it, because it don't fall under the category of sattva guna. But now one may counter question, Prabhu, idli dosa is fermentation. Yes, it is also fermentation, right? It is also fermentation, but that fermentation falls under the category of sattvika, right? Because we leave it overnight and immediately we do dosa idli next day, right? But in the case of tempeh, you need to leave it for some time, right? So this is the point. In the case of tempeh, we need to leave it a few days, so the nature become not sattvika. So best you avoid tempeh. Tofu, please do your own tofu. That is the best. We don't want the risk of chemicals. Okay, what's another question?
Meal maker.
Yeah, meal maker is dried soya chunk, right?
Yeah.
You see, Prabhu, this is all borderline. Okay, I cannot reject and also I cannot support it. Okay, this is a situation of like tempeh and also meal maker, right? So you see, the process of meal making is basically they call it this. They simply dry this soya. If you go and Google up how to make this soya chunk, actually it's not so sattvikam. If you see how they do the soya chunk, is dry it up. Remember, Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, food is very dry. That means they dehydrate. They dehydrate the soya chunk, right? So I feel it is quite borderline. So best is if we can avoid. Otherwise, we can consume moderately. You see, I cannot say no, I cannot say yes, because we need to see also what types of soya chunk, how they are doing, what is the process, who are doing it. So many aspects are there, Prabhu. So if you ask me honestly, this tempeh and soya chunk are questionable, doubt. So my best take is, if in doubt, we don't take.
Don't take risk.
Yes, that's the best thing, right? We in doubt, right? We don't know. And yeah,
Okay.
we can get many proteins in some other source. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. So thank you so much. It's already 9:56. Fantastic.
10 o'clock.
So this is a very interesting topic, and many devotees are so excited. I think it's eye-opening. In fact, just now my children says, I think we have to stop taking chocolate from today. So it's nothing like a third-party review or class to convince them. So anyway, I believe that now after listening to your class, I realized why people are falling sick, why people are living a short life. And and also I was also in ignorance thinking that anything that we offer to Krishna is prasadam, so it's safe to take. But today I realize, and I also believe that it also awakening for many devotees that to take all this fake food is very dangerous and it's very toxic. And of course, make your own food. And of course, the biggest eye opener was the me hun. So yes. So all these things. All right. So thank you so much, Prabhu, for your wonderful class. For those who have
sorry, bro, one point. Yeah, I think what you said is very important point. Okay, I mean, sorry to take your time, but there's a last conclusion. Prabhu had made a very important point. You see, Krishna, he's so merciful. He wants us to be healthy. Therefore, he's recommending sattvika ahara. The problem is when we never follow Krishna and we think we can offer this and take as prasadam, we fall sick. That is why we are getting obesity, diabetic, hypertension, all this problem. Our child are having problem, inflammation. Prabhu, that's a very valid point.
Yes,
actually speaking, Prabhu, if you only follow the diet plan given by Krishna as it is, and as what Prabhupada said, actually sick disease cannot touch us.
Yes,
just one point. Another point, Prabhu, very important. Our ultimate solution is Varnashrama Dharma. We should grow our own food.
Yes,
that is the best. So thank you, Prabhu, for highlighting that. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhu. So so it's quite awakening, and I think many are sending me message privately. They want more session. So I think next Sunday, can I suggest Ekadasi diet? Can we do that?
Okay, Prabhu, we will work on that.
Because now itself, this diet itself is very eye-opening. Now we realize, like simple meal, I remember Prabhupada saying a sabji, puri, rice, and dal, perfect.
I mean, actually, Ekadasi speaking, full fasting. I will end my lecture in 5 minutes. Ekadasi, full fasting. So,
I mean,
no alternative
to that.
Okay, Prabhu,
or we should say a grainless diet.
We can work on that, bro. We will work on that.
Yeah. So okay. So everybody, I hope that all of you have enjoyed the session. Stay tuned. And this conversation, the sharing of Dr. Parikshit is going live in YouTube. All right. Please like our YouTube channel, ISKCON Ipoh YouTube. All right. You go there and you can see all that recording. Please share the recording to all your family and friends. And also please join our WhatsApp group or Telegram group so we can keep you updated. All right. So with the bottom of our heart, on behalf of this ISKCON Bhakti Yoga Center and also ISKCON Ipoh, I would like to pay my humble obeisances to you and to thank you profusely for enlightening us with such a wonderful and important topic. That from today onwards, I believe at least we start to follow at least 70 to 80%. We don't say 50%, at least 70 to 80%.
100%.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Dandavad pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhavacha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna and good night, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Gaurang.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you
Hare
very much.
Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prasadam.